That was a great debut album.
I just had to think about it for a second. Real talk. It just took me a second to think about it. I was like, the College Dropout.
I'm with you.
Better than Get Rich or Die Trying. Now, if you told me he had the best album, I think Kanye has the best album of the 2000s. Personally, to me. But yeah, debut is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I was sleeping on a documentary, but
documentary was crazy too.
They don't want to hear that though, Ox.
Ron, the only reason why you bringing it up is because you a West Coast.
I didn't even bring it up.
That's the only reason why you saying something about it though, Ron. Because Game is a West Coast dude, and if we being honest, during that time, the West Coast was kind of whack, and Game brought the West Coast back.
2000s.
West Coast ain't never been whack.
The Game was kind of the West Coast.
No, chill, because Dre and Snoop and them were taking over the 2000s. They literally 2000, 2001.
After the Chronic, I think the Chronic 2. After the Chronic, like Snoop wasn't really hitting like that. It was
like 04 when we got.
So it was Slim Shady. So it was Slim Shady. 50 was 2003. Lil Wayne. Let's see. 50.
Wait, when did Snoop drop?
In like 2002 or something like that.
What do you mean? That was like one of the best albums of the early decade. What are you talking about?
Checking for Snoop like that.
No. What do you mean nobody was checking for Snoop
not
like that?
Not in 2000s.
What are you talking about?
When Wayne and
no, hold on, wait.
When Wayne
was later though.
Early 2000s.
Yeah,
Wayne wasn't really till like 2005.
And Wayne. By the way, the Carter came out in like 2005. Real talk or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then the Carter 2 came out right after that. But then wasn't the Carter 3 2008?
No, he was 6.
Well, I'm saying Ox wasn't the
First
Carter
off,
3.
I do know because Lil Wayne was the whole South. That's who everybody grew up on. Because you got to remember, after 04 was Katrina. So mind you, I'm in Houston. Yep. So yeah, Katrina was like 04, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So it was 05. Yeah, it was 05.
We had just an influx of just New Orleans in Houston, and it's still prominent today. So that made us all. It was like, oh, who does Lil Wayne? You know, they had been on Wayne for real. But then they brought it to Houston.
Wayne was always tough.
Wait, yo, he said nobody was checking for Snoop. First off,
yeah, no, people was checking for Snoop.
Pay the Cost to Be the Boss came out in 2002. We got Ballin', Beautiful on that album. The song I just said. We got Stoplight on that album. I Believe in You on that album. Papered Up on that album. Like I missed that B word on that album. I'm not gonna say what. Like that album was fire. We got and then Game came out 04. But there's somebody I'm missing, Ox, on the West Coast that dropped at that point in time.
When did that Ghetto Report Card drop? I think
there's another one.
I think that was 03.
That Ghetto Report Card. That was for E40, 2006.
Okay, what was the album before that? The one right before that? It don't matter. Go ahead.
Are you talking about the Tell Me When to Go?
No,
that album was fire.
That was crazy. And chill, I know you.
Hold on. Well, I can't even really.
I know you.
Once again, I could bring up West Coast artists, but y'all not.
Y'all remember when? And this is what I'm saying. Look at this. This is why these dudes are young. Washed by O2. I mean, Ox, outside of his first original album, that's his best album he put out post 2000. And it was fire.
The West Coast was a little dry though in the early 2000s. It was a little dry.
The hypey era was going. The crump era was going.
Maybe the whole West Coast, but the Bay in California was not. The Bay in California was not dry.
But it was nationally. It was like in California, like local music. Like, but you like when it's local music, just like there's Southern artists that I've never listened to that are fire. I just don't really like Zero from Houston. Real talk. You like Zero?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, see, I know Zero's fire. I just don't really listen to Zero like that because I'm not down south like that. And then it's other, it's Florida artists. From what I've heard, Zero one of them ones. I'm not.
I still to this day saying on Sauce Walker, one of the best rappers in the game right now.
What's at the top?
Carter was over.
But hold on though, because look, I gotta make sure y'all understand that the best debut album is Savage Life. First of all, let's get that out the way. Webby got 3
Webby.
Classic album. See, I'm not gonna do this with y'all about Webby.
It's only one debut album that needs to be discussed.
Well, hey, girl, was that the
1996?
Was that the girl?
Don't make me go get the jacket.
Savage Life, Savage Life 2,
Right,
and Savage Life 3 are all classic.
It's
albums.
only one debut album that ever needs to be talked about in the rap game, and that is Reasonable Doubt.
Only
That's
one.
reasonable documentary. I'll give it an honorable mention. Reasonable Doubt, and that is it.
Wait, hold on.
Doubt's fire.
But y'all had America's Most Wanted that came out too in the 90s, like over with Ice Cube and them.
Real talk. What I don't want to do is I don't want to get derailed.
Hey, Swipe, but we clear everything they talking about on the West
at that
Coast.
time in the early 2000s.
The Chronic debut album
in the chokehold.
No,
especially if you include
after 04, yes.
If you're including the South with like Atlanta.
Atlanta's the South.
Atlanta's the South.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Hey, real talk. Houston isn't the only South.
I just want to make sure that Swiper doesn't.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page.
Swiper, you do know that in 2002,
Shit, Atlanta was the one that was running the game. Y'all was just piggybacking.
I mean, low key.
Ludacris just showed up.
No, Ludacris had Southern Hospitality in the 90s too.
Okay,
but Word of Mouth came out in 2001, and that's when
the chicken and beer drop.
Ludacris just
that was
3, 4, maybe 5.
And let's be honest, if we being honest, Stankonia was steamrolling everybody. Stankonia was
Outkast had the best duo album ever, at that point.
And then you had what's the boy's name from New Orleans?
Not the Hot Boys.
The Hot Boys. Yeah, that is Hot Boys. Yeah, that's Hot Boys.
Had the game in the chokehold. Game brought the West Coast back.
He did.
Game brought the West Coast.
No, to y'all, but for us, the West had never went nowhere though.
That's why y'all need to put some more. Game don't get the respect he deserved from the West Coast. Y'all really.
That's why I brought him up.
But y'all boy who was just repping the West Coast a year and a half ago in that beef wasn't messing with Game. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. But see, when I say that, people get on me.
Dot wasn't representing.
No, because what y'all don't understand is that Kendrick Lamar will never, ever be on Game's level. Never.
Start the show.
In what way? What do you mean? In what way?
We can start the show.
In what way?
Artist, in totality.
What's happening?
In totality.
Look, I can't. But look, I was 14 when like Game was like. So I'm with Ox like in terms of what he meant to us, but like Dot, respect to Dot. Like I mean, we're the Game. I mean that's not even a combo. T.I. was crazy, obviously. Yeah.
The South had the Game on lock.
And T.I. popped off a Rubber Band Man.
Y'all keep forgetting about Nelly too, though. But
nobody forget about
Nelly. Nelly is definitely in need.
Yeah, nobody forget about Nelly. Nobody forget about Nelly.
Talk about Game is y'all talk about Game is corny and actually listen to Kendrick Lamar.
I don't think any of them is corny.
A lot of y'all like you just really had to be there for Game. Like I do. It took me a while to get on.
Listen to Kendrick Lamar.
It took me a while to get on the Kendrick bandwagon. Kendrick is fire.
Well, when did you get there?
But like.
The Pimper
when
Butterfly?
did I get on the Kendrick band? I got on there. Well, I mean, Kendrick's first album was fire. Like,
Good Kid, Mad City is one of the best debut albums.
Good Kid, Mad City is fire, but I still
unless you're counting Section 80.
No. See, I didn't like him Section 8. Good Kid, Mad City, fire. Like you cannot not like Good Kid, Mad City. I wasn't sold on Kendrick though. The Paper Butterfly came out, and I listened to that from start to finish to start, and I was like, okay, this is dope. But I still wasn't sold on him, but it was still fire. But then like Kendrick just kept dropping heat, and it's like, all right.
See, Pimper Butterfly to me is actually his most overrated album, in my opinion. I like Good Kid, Mad City. Damn is a fantastic album as well.
Damn,
and
crazy album. That's my favorite.
As of late, I love Miss Morale and the Big Steppers. That actually, to me, is one of his better albums too. But
the last one that he dropped, what is it? With
GNX,
and I'm not even talking about and I'm not even talking about They Not Like Us. I'm just that whole album. Kendrick was talking.
Is that the best?
Did you say DMX? Because that's
DMX was crazy.
You right there. That's how
DMX
you come out
was
right
he the first rapper superstar? Ox?
That's how you come out right there. No, it wasn't the first rapper.
No, I'm saying movie, like first rapper movie star.
No,
like
that would be Run DMC. Thank you very much.
No. Respect. Run DMC did take a leap though. I know, chill. I know. But I'm talking about like Romeo.
Movie star, you be talking about Tupac though.
Yeah, Tupac, I guess, would count like with Juice and
But
Poetic
you understand
Justice and
that
all
rap was a gimmick? Like this was something.
No,
that's
I
not
know
gonna be
that, but I'm
around
saying
in
that, like
5
including
years.
the movies, though. DMX
He said rap movie star.
Yeah, yeah.
You got,
like,
yeah, you got,
he
you
went
got,
to Romeo
you got
Must
Pac,
Die and all that.
Tougher
you
than
got
leather,
Pac, you got Ice
Belly,
Cube.
Crush Groove. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like
it's got to be Ice Cube. As much as
It's Pac. It's Pac for sure.
It's Ice Cube.
Well, no, because Boys in the Hood
came out with
94
or something like that, whatever. Yeah.
Hey, Ron, speaking of leaving something out, I got a question this morning. Ron, how come we didn't add the 80s to the to our list?
Because chill, that with the 80s would have got no love, zero love.
Is that why?
That is part of the reason why I didn't have time to fight with this fool down here. I didn't know whether Mars was going to be trolling or not.
I just about had it with Real Talk. Me and Real Talk, we about to go back to being getting fisticuffs again. Me and him.
I told Real Talk.
Also, the chat too. You know the chat was going to be biased about the 80s. And then once again, if Mars would have trolled, then that would have just turned it would have turned the chat from being on fire to the whole basketball community being
If we would have talked about the 80s, Mars would have completely dictated how that whole thing went. If he would have been on board with let's give respect to who deserves respect, then we could have got with it. But if Mars would have went the other route, we just would have had to cut the 80s out, bro.
But the real reason is outside of that, there's only obviously 5 days in a week. So we had 4 days to do 4 decades. And then, we're on 5 days in a week. It's 5 days in a week.
I know.
And so, we would have only been able to do 4 teams, and then on Friday is when everybody would have been able to.
Did you see the criticism?
To be honest with you, we didn't even really get into the tournament how we wanted to because we spent 2 hours
so much time.
Yeah. Because what ended up happening is we just started comparing starting fives as if the benches on these teams didn't matter at all.
We didn't even get to talk about Dirk. We didn't talk about Dirk.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the 2020s got slayed crazy in that debate. We didn't get a chance to get into it.
Is there 2 decades y'all want to talk about?
I want to talk
right now because we have to get another topic.
It's over. It's over. But the 2000s is
over. We talk about Jordan and Kobe.
The 2000s
that's dead and gone. That's
clearly the best team. The 2000s is clearly the best team. How
I just disagree.
It's so clearly and obviously the best team, and just got disrespected because Shaq will get played off the floor.
Yeah, because Steph Curry just pull up threes.
And you know what I'm saying? And then if Shaq is played off the floor, we act like we don't got Tim Duncan coming in again. Then we never talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. None of that stuff happens. It's just
we didn't do that with the 2020s either, though, at all. So I mean, I think some of this is like to be fair, we didn't get a chance to go super into it.
Right over Dirk, like Dirk don't even matter.
Yeah, Dirk would have been elite. Yeah, but we have there's a lot of players that should have got more shine than what they got. But then Russell Westbrook retired. That's Ron's favorite player, so we had to spend 2 hours on that, which is good, by the way. I enjoyed it.
I initially only said 30 minutes. I was pushed back on that.
You know what your 30 minutes mean. We know whenever you say 30
I said 30 minutes, and you and more specifically messaged me talking about no, we're not doing 30 minutes on Russell Westbrook. At least an hour.
Well, we knew that it wasn't going to be 30 minutes anyway.
Because I didn't say that for until an hour and a half in.
I know.
I actually felt like I contributed to showing Russ a lot of love, but then I made 1 or 2 statements here or there, and then Ox, you fucking stupid, you hate Russ. Like, okay, sorry, because I got to tell.
By the way, shout out David Robin, chill. Alicia Keys, by the way, I want to also put her in the conversation. You want real talk? You want to talk about
Lauren Hill? If we do it,
safe with
Lauren Hill.
Yeah, Lauren Hill, another one. Yep. Ron, Yo Look Alike had a debut album in too. Yo Look Alike had one. Shout out to you, bro. Remember he put that cockroach on him in the music video, Ron?
Mars,
I don't remember that.
Mars, what would have happened if we would have did an 80s? If we would have had an 80s team, if we would have had an 80s team, Mars, what would have been your gripe about it? Like, let's just say for the sake of argument, we did it. Like, would you have had a gripe about the 80s team?
How would I know? We don't have a team. How would I know what gripes I may or may not have? I don't even know who you guys would pick.
Okay.
Oh no.
See, but look.
And when you start trying to start Moses Malone, I would have been complaining. Other than that,
I just got one question though. If we do the 80s team, do we put Jay on the 80s team and let him go crazy?
That's what I was going to say.
He would have to be nice.
If we can't put Kawhi on the 20s team, then MJ can't go on the 80s team.
Yeah, it would have been the same as James in the 2010s and James in the 2000s.
I mean, but that's not the same thing though. The best MJ was in the 90s.
Some people think he peaked in 89 or 88.
Yeah, there's some people who I can make an argument for 89 J over 92 J. Even though I do think that
93 J.
Even though I do think 92 J was the best, I can make an argument for 89 J. A legit argument for 89 J.
Yo, but speaking of the 80s,
then Patrick Ewing stays in the 80s.
But speaking of the 80s, if Jordan's not there, who starts at the 2?
Shoot, Michael Ray Richardson, bro. Go ahead. Just sub it into the 80s. Just like that's all you gotta do.
And that's even better question, Ron.
For me, it's George Gervin, and it's not
Clyde.
really
Yeah, I think it's George.
It's George.
Yeah,
Is
George
Clyde in
Gervin,
the?
right.
Does Clyde stay in the 80s in this situation too?
Clyde showed up in 82. I mean, 80.
Yeah, but you could argue. Some people would say he peaked around 89, but some people would say he peaked
So
in
88,
92,
89 Clyde?
Man, it all depends on when people think people peaked, but God forbid you think someone peaked in the wrong decade. You're trolling the whole list.
You ruined the whole tournament.
I mean,
All because I think Kawhi peaked in 2021.
In the 2010 still won. That shit was so funny.
And Kawhi is the only one who beat him. I feel like I went 2 for 2.
The 2020's team is the only team that got picked over 2010s. Oh, man.
Hey, Swipe, you know what Ron looked like?
Who?
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm your nigga.
Well, are you saying he looks like Curtis Mayfield? Or
You got a Curtis Mayfield thing going on with the kids. Man. I'm looking at you. You actually do have
look like a pusher
I'm
man,
your
don't
pusher
it?
man.
You know what? If we get Ron in a pimp suit, like I might be able to ask.
Hey, I got a few.
Yeah.
No, hey, I got a few of them.
Hey, wait,
You know
real talk. Who's everybody's rap alter ego? Who's Mars? Skepta?
Sure.
You
Swipe is LL Fool J.
I can do that. I can do 1990 LL.
Wait,
No, because Swiper got a little comment to him too. Uncommon or LL Fool J.
Uncommon, yeah.
Uncommon or LL Fool J?
I feel like Ox is like a. Your vibe would be like a low smooth vibe, like in terms of rapping. So Ox would have to be like
Buster.
Nah, not Buster. He's too much energy. Ox, do you rock with Future at all?
Buster Crimes.
No, you don't like Future?
No, I'm not a big fan of Future.
Young Slug.
I liked Pluto Future. Like I liked Future back in like the Pluto days, but it was short lived.
Chill, you Russell from what's the name? Chill.
Oh, dirty bastards.
Why y'all laughing? Like ODB was my favorite member of Wu-Tang.
Okay.
No, ODB was tough. I like ODB was tough.
Yes. When somebody
somebody said Ox Wale.
who's your favorite member of
right.
like yes, it was
I'll
ODB.
You take the dreads. They go
that
say
as
real talk.
I take that as disrespect.
I feel like Ron is like, and I mean this, Chill. Take a look at him. I want you to go back to 2002, and I want you to look at them.
Lookalikes.
I want you to do the movie and his personality, right? But Ron's more eccentric than this person, but the lookalike. I want you to go to 2002, Chill. I want you to look at Sanaa Lathan, and I want you to look at the taxi driver, Brown Sugar. Is that not Most Def, Chill?
Ron got a Most Def thing going on too.
Look like most.
You do kind of look like Most Def.
I look like Curtis. I look like
You
you start doing this, I'll start flaming everybody up here.
I like this one. Ace Hood for Ox. I like that one.
See, I like
that one.
Ace Hood.
Ron is kind of Ron. You do gotta you gotta push.
Yeah, he looked like
You got a old nigga.
like a
basically Ron. You look like you sell heroin in the 70s, bro.
Hey, Ox, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
He did heroin in the 70s.
Yeah, basically, you look like you was running around in the 70s selling heroin.
Wait, real talk. You seen his real talk. You, and matter of fact, me and Drink saw Flow Rider.
You down there in the bottom right, you just look like every member of what they call the say with me and you don't start laughing. Ruben stuttered. You look like you sang from the soul.
Wait, I got it.
I'll start playing everybody up here. Don't play with me.
Hey, real talk, sing with me. I'm sorry for 2004. I ain't gonna mess up no more this year. I'ma take my one chance, chill and make it real clear. I'm sorry for May. I'm sorry for June. Sorry for July. In case I don't see the whole song,
Ron, 100. Ox just nailed it. Ron 100% got a 1975 heroin dealer look.
He do.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, you got that. You got them pork chops too from back in the day.
Exactly. Nigga up here look like Teddy Pendergrass.
I don't know. Like,
you look like Marvin Gaye. Now you do look like Marvin Gaye a little bit, Ron. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Everybody,
you do look like Marvin Gaye. Yeah, you look like an NPC black person on video game. Like you just kind of fit everybody. You know what I mean? You just kind of got an archetype.
Ron for sure be sitting in that 73 Eldorado talking about now jive turkey.
Yeah,
you better have my money by tomorrow.
100%. And Ron pimping too. On top of that, he pimping too. And
got that long ass figure there.
Yeah, Ron, you
better have my money tomorrow.
I don't know what any of these guys is talking about. I talk basketball. I watch basketball. I go to work and
he got the little pea shooter that pop out his suit sleeve too.
Wait, somebody say I look like Flip Mode. Is that that little what's like Flip? Little Flip? Who Flip Mode?
You don't know who Flip Mode is? What you call
I don't know who's Flip Mode.
What you call it? So Busta Rhymes' right hand man.
Sorry, know he look like
right. Mm-hmm. Ron got a switchblade.
Ron definitely got a. He definitely got a
Ron.
Knife. Ron definitely got a pocket knife on him. Yes, he does. Fucking Goldie over here. That's who he is. Goldie over here. Hey, Goldie. I got you half an ounce.
So I said Mark's a little Bow Wow.
He not Goldie. He Richard Pryor. Nigga, you wanna die?
Hey, chill, right. You look like you could be a member of the Five Heartbeats.
All right, y'all. Well, let's go ahead and get into the title of the show. First off, before we do anything, let me shout out my man Shaquille McKissick, one of the greatest overseas players, EuroLeague players that they've ever seen. High flyer, the most athletic player I ever played with. I'm telling you guys, it was Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose athleticism. Shaq could jump from the dotted line and dunk on a 7-footer. 6'3", 6'4", well, not 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", freak athlete. I'm telling you, it's very Russell Westbrook-like. But shout out to Shaq. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday to Shaq. In case you guys don't know, he the founder of PC. He started Player's Choice in 2021, and we've been rocking ever since.
Word.
Shout out to Shaq, man. Every time we link up, I try to talk to Shaq, and Ron's over there hiding in the corner talking to him, telling secrets. So shout out to Shaq. It's good to talk to you whenever I get a chance to, man. Salute to you, brother. Now, real talk. When we was out here, it's a Fanatics fan. Ron be off in the corner somewhere with his headphones on, talking. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, Shaq?" And Ron be like, "It's my turn. Leave me."
That's cause Shaq. That's how Shaq did you. He said, "From now on, you talk. No, nobody talk to me directly. You talk to Huey. You talk to me."
Frank Lucas.
Salute to Shaq though.
In the history of movies. Now on, nobody talk to me directly.
What movie?
With me, you talk to Huey. Huey, you talk to me.
Oh yeah, that's a crazy movie.
Never on the phone. You got it?
Got it.
All right. And take them goddamn sunglasses off too.
Take the goddamn sunglasses off.
Best lines that I ever heard.
And why did he break old buddy's head inside the piano? What'd he do?
Because he was filling up on. Oh no, he shot old boy that was filling up on his wife, right? Yeah.
He was drunk, huh?
Yeah,
he was fucked up. He was high.
Yeah, he was on the diesel.
Shout out to Denzel.
All right, fellas.
Yeah,
well, he can play the same person in every movie. They're still great.
The title of the show.
That sounded like, "Hey, watch your mouth."
No, he is, man. Bro. He was in Gladiator 2 with no accent. How you in Gladiator 2 with no?
As you were saying, Ron. Yes,
up here hating on the black man.
Hey, we basically just gave away a whole members only stream in this first 23 minutes. See, and here's the thing. In case y'all don't know what we do when we not talking basketball, this is how the conversations typically go. You got to pull up to a members only stream because that's when we don't talk basketball. That's when we kick back. Everybody's their own personal selves, how we would be in real life, how we are during the meetups. And that's what the conversations look like. It's a good time, as you can see. We talk about a little bit of everything, and we can really go down any street you guys want to. Especially Mars. Mars just didn't want to give you guys away his real personality. But in the members only stream, you get to really see Mars unhoodied. You get to see Mars, the real, actual, genuine version of himself. But anyways, let's get into it, y'all.
That he is actually.
Facts. What actually
Hey, Toast.
What actually matters more in the NBA? Let's get into it, y'all. Kevin Durant was on a podcast and he said that his rings matter more, or no, that his MVP matters more than any rings. And then he went on to basically,
when he says that, go ahead.
He went on to basically say, and for those who heard it, you guys can re-clarify it the way that you interpreted it. He basically was saying that rings are a team achievement. MVP is an individual achievement. Getting an MVP is more of an accomplishment. And it says more about you as a basketball player than any ring could ever do. What are you guys' thoughts?
Is he talking about his in particular? Like his MVP means more than his rings? Or are you saying like just in general it's more, it means more to get an MVP?
He's speaking generally.
Statement.
Well, that's just because he's a.
Is it not an old statement? Is this not an old thing?
Sure, but we can rehash it.
No, I'm just asking because I think it's from the pods with him and Fred VanVleet, and I think the context was regarding James Harden and Dwayne Wade. I think, just speaking in general about D Wade's rings with Bron and them versus James being an MVP. Obviously, it was more general, but that was the context of the discussion, I think.
So this isn't like a new quote, is what you're saying?
No. This is what happens in the off season. You know, old things get rehashed. But yeah, sky blue, grass green.
What you mean, sky blue, grass green?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Whoa, sky blue, grass green. What?
He is correct
about what?
His statement,
which was,
an MVP is more valuable or bigger accomplishment, whatever he said, than a championship.
I disagree. I think it depends on the championship. I think the 16 ring for LeBron James is probably more valuable to him than his 2010 MVP, in my opinion. Now, he would have to come out and speak about that. But bringing it back home to
he said it made him the GOAT. So
yeah, that's the ring that made him the GOAT. Exactly. So it would have to have high value to him, right? Cleveland hadn't won in 50 plus years in any sport, any major sport. And then he comes back home. He fulfills the mission. I feel like that one ring probably does satisfy him more than one of his MVPs, if not all of his MVPs. To be honest,
what's more valuable, Kevin Durant's MVP or Iman Shumpert's 2016 ring?
When we start talking about Iman Shumpert,
yeah, but that was his statement. His statement was an MVP.
But no, it's not if it's between Dwayne Wade.
That was his statement.
Let's
but you said the context was James Harden and Dwayne Wade.
And like I said, there was a
so why we bring up a player like Iman?
But the general point of the premise, that's why he said it's a team accomplishment.
Sure.
The premise is an MVP is reserved for X caliber of player.
Sure.
There's no bad players who have won an MVP.
Yeah.
There are bad players who have won championships. Therefore, MVP championship.
Right.
It doesn't mean
is that what he said?
No, this is what Moss is interpreting. But
this is what you're implying.
Yeah,
but keep going, Moss. Keep going.
No, it's not common.
D-Wade
we can't say wait. I'm not here for the. I'm not here for the everything Mars says is right today.
Yeah, I'm a listen.
No,
hold on. Let me just
lock in, chat. Lock in.
Say that I'm interpreting the statement wrong and then just yes man Mars to death as he's changing the
I'm listening
of the statement as well. So
I'm a listening.
What I was about to do before I was so rude.
Let's go by the literal.
I was about to challenge Mars.
Yeah, so I'm going to listen to the exact statement. I'm going to quote it directly.
But go ahead, Real Talk, because Real Talk got his gloves on. Because what I was about to ask Mars, Mars, if you take Bryant, that 07-08 MVP off the table, but they win the NBA championship 3 straight years. How we talking about him?
Hold on. An MVP, it's one a year. I don't give a F what anybody says. The ring is incredible and it's a great moment, great team accomplishment. But come on, everybody wants to be MVP. If you got a chance to become an MVP in the NBA, I can see it if it was an MVP per team. It's like, all right, give me the ring, but it's not. So he's saying there's one MVP per year. But multiple people win a championship because there's 15 people on the roster. So yes, that includes the Iman Shumperts of the world. So who would have thought?
Yeah, see, but this is a bad take regardless. Regardless.
And then we can discuss that. But once again, my Iman Shumpert parallel was valid. So
okay,
it wasn't.
So
Mars,
I understand what you're saying.
The reason why it's not.
When you break that down, that's cool. I feel you. My thing is, I still believe it's a bad take. I still think it's just a selfish mindset. I still think that there's certain people that think that way. But if you want to go to Iman Shumpert or guys of his caliber of play who contribute heavily to winning rings, but will never get an MVP, OG Anunoby's. OG Anunoby is a player. He's never going to have an opportunity to get an MVP. A ring means so much to him because what he did in these playoffs, what he did in those finals, I think I'm gonna remember OG Anunoby in these playoffs more than I'm gonna remember whoever wins MVP of the season. On top of that, a lot of people don't even hold the regular season in high regard anyway. So to me, and people that are actually team oriented, people that are actually team players, people that actually care about camaraderie, people that actually value their brothers in arms, people that value the people around them, yes, absolutely, a ring means way more than an individual award of MVP. And that might be. Go ahead.
I am still not accepting Mars's interpretation of that quote, provided the context of the conversation. In fact, I remember doing a video on my channel to reacting to this very segment between Fred VanVleet and Kevin Durant. The context of the conversation is between James Harden and Dwayne Wade. So to bring up Iman Shumpert is a false equivalency. Iman Shumpert is not part of this conversation. He's comparing two elite players. The two elite players, the difference is he's saying that James Harden has an MVP and Dwayne Wade, who is also an elite player, doesn't have an MVP, but he has championships. So counting Dwayne Wade's championships as being a better individual player is incorrect. What I'm saying is that is still not correct because I can still believe that Dwayne Wade is better than James Harden without an MVP. So again, bringing up Iman Shumpert in a conversation that's between James Harden and Dwayne Wade, two elite players, is disingenuous. It's disingenuous.
Real talk. What year did he get MVP? 19 or 18?
19.
18. I see, real talk. I personally believe that 06 ring that D Wade got is much better than that 18 MVP from James Harden. Like I don't see those in the same realm.
Well, it goes back to my original question because again, back to Mars's point, KD is coming from a place from elite players, and in fact, he left Oklahoma City to go to Golden State to win. He had already won a league MVP. If that was the case, if league MVPs were so important to him, he could have stayed in Oklahoma City and kept winning league MVPs. If that was the case, because he probably wasn't going to win one in Golden State off the strength that he was on a team that was awesome, more awesome than the original one that he was on. But the question that I originally posed to you, Mars, I was interested in how you felt about that. If Bryant doesn't win that league MVP in 07, 08 yet, the Lakers win the NBA championship them 3 straight years. How are we talking about him? He has no league MVPs, by the way, but he won the NBA championship twice. He won the NBA championship. Okay, let me rephrase the question. How are the masses talking about Bryant? How are you talking?
Player with no MVPs.
He's got no MVPs, but won
the
NBA
be hating on him
championship
for having
twice.
one.
He won the NBA championship, repeated twice, but he doesn't have any.
And has 0 MVPs.
No,
he already gets slandered for having one. Apparently, Kobe's not valid in certain conversations because he only has 1 MVP. So if he has 0 MVPs,
but you can see this from KD's standpoint. I can see why KD feels this way because the MVP he got was tough, and the rings he got was sorry as shit. So I can see where KD's coming from. He had to go run the
yeah, that would also prove the point because everyone values KD's MVP over his 2 rings. So that's more evidence to his point.
What's good, Swiper?
I mean, you put yourself in his shoes. I can see where you're coming from.
Well, we can play the clip if you would like, or we don't have to. But it's just maybe for the audience that didn't actually get a chance to watch it, for the sake of the context.
Sure, yeah.
But this is what it says, and Mars was correct. This is a Fred VanVleet podcast, so you can hear the beginning of the question, and then it's going to set up the rest of the conversation. But here we go.
What's more precious as a top guy, the MVP or winning the ring?
An MVP.
I didn't hear that as a top guy.
It's
part.
one a year.
It's a select
Oh,
few.
so
nobody
Monty,
say,
I apologize.
Right.
I
or
apologize.
Okay.
I just read the quote. I didn't ask that part.
Yeah,
So I
MVP.
apologize.
yeah. So everybody that was in chat
Real talk.
on Mars Shaft, apologize. Now,
and by the way,
play
if you're
clip.
looking at this clip, KD eyes L right there too. By the way, he blazed. He is definitely
there's
treed up.
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, in the
He is
full
treed up.
clip, he basically says why he believes
Well,
it.
hold on. We can play it, Swiper.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
More precious
I didn't leave anything out.
as
I
a
read
top guy, the MVP or winning the ring.
An MVP. It's one a year.
It's a select few.
Fuck when nobody say ring is incredible, and it's a great moment, great team accomplishment.
Team accomplishment. It's a team accomplishment. There you go.
But come on, everybody who wants to be MVP.
For sure.
If you got a chance to become an MVP in this NBA, then I can see if it was an MVP per team. It's like, it's nice.
Just one of
give me
these.
the ring.
Yeah, you've been
It's
cooking
one
the
MVP.
whole time. Because the ring is so hard to get to that it's such a select few, but the MVP is even smaller of a
It's
list.
so small, and the ring is a lot that's out of your control with the ring sometimes. The MVP, you got a little bit more control in your hands when you got a chance to win an MVP.
Yeah. So it was brought up in the sense of trying to figure out where we at today now is.
Yeah, that's the full context.
Wouldn't the league MVP be a team thing too? Like you just not just going out here.
No.
Well, for the most
yes.
part, yeah. For the
agree.
most part, your team needs to be a certain level.
Yeah, you got to be good.
That's
for
kind of
Unless you're Russ.
Or 22.
They were still a 6 seed, Ron. So like that was the whole point.
But like, yeah, you're not unless you're
individual
Kareem, you're
play.
not gonna make it missing the playoffs. So.
But I do think to Real Talk's earlier point though, when he said specifically, and I'm not Martin, you're on that because he would have acknowledged it as a top guy. What does it mean? And I do think there is something to that in this league, if you have multiple MVPs, 3 MVPs, 4 MVPs, 5, which is only a couple people to ever do, 6, which is even less, obviously, like for you to be in NBA history, to be revered that way, where like in your generation, the players at one point up until a point, and then the media up until a point, and then really the collective like whole, they decided you were the best player in that sport or the most important player in that sport relative to team success and individual play. I mean, that is just, it's incredible. And the way that I was raised, maybe, I don't know, Ron and Ox are the same age as me. I do think there is something too. When I grew up, if you won MVP, which is why people were wanting Kobe to win one, that puts like an impetus on what I already believed for a lot of people. Like I believe that this is the best player in the world. I believe he's in that conversation. So when KG won it with Minnesota, that was a big deal for the whole state because like, and really for everybody, because this legitimizes what we see from Kevin Garnett, from Kobe when he won in 08. This legitimized a lot of stuff for him. And I think, there's a different approach we have now because people feel like a lot of disarray around the MVP and analytics and stuff. But historically, y'all, if you win an MVP, that's a huge deal in any sport.
Calls it, Miles, I believe you coined the term confirmation bias. Like you already think this anyway. Right. So the fact that you already think this, when I do it, it's just confirming what I already think anyway. I already think Shaq is the best player in the NBA. So when he wins the league MVP, this just confirms it. Even if he doesn't win it, I still think that. Now, do I think Steve Nash is the best player in the NBA? No, I don't think that. However, no, I don't think Steve Nash is the best player in the NBA. But when he does win the league MVP, now, especially when he wins it in back-to-back seasons, it puts him in a different conversation because there's not many guys. I think there's only 12 guys in NBA history who've won the league MVP in back-to-back years, and he's one of those guys. So now that puts him in conversation.
What conversation, though, Chill?
The conversation of being the best player in the league.
But nobody had him as the best player in the league.
But that's
Bill Walton did that one time. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. There you go. And like,
but Bill Simmons, Chill. To be fair, Bill Simmons has a tier system of MVPs. Like some MVPs are worth more than others, and I think the idea was like there are years where it's like a super carry job, and you're the best player in the world. Where it's like those are the weightiest MVPs. Now that's probably a conversation we could have. Like, what are the most valuable MVP seasons ever? And I think there are going to be some seasons that fall in line with it. Real Talk will think that Kobe season is like.
What are some of them, Swiper? Since we're on that subject, like if you think about the most valuable league MVP seasons, because I think that what I think that what Bill Russell did at 64, I think that's a way bigger deal than what Wes Unseld did, even though he was the Rookie of the Year and the league MVP. I think that was a way bigger deal than that. I think that I think that Jordan, or I think that Jordan's league MVP in 88, I think that was a bigger deal than what Doc did in 81. I do. And even though I think
work backwards, Chill. I think if you did a timeline, right, everybody can have their different opinions on this stuff, but like, the last two Shea ones, for instance, those are very good MVPs, but like, would you weigh that against like, I don't know, like 23 Embiid for Mars? Like, is that which one of those MVPs is worth more to you? Like the Shea ones or the Embiid ones? Well, I guess Jokic went in there too. So like, whichever, how would you rank the?
We knew what you was doing, man. God damn.
No, because but this is what I'm saying. This is why, and I mean this, y'all. Like, if you can't have a conversation about Joker, then just don't have one.
No, we can. You know what you're going to do.
Because real talk, sometimes you forget. I get 23 and 24 mixed up myself with those two. So like, it's just gonna happen. So 26 SGA, 25 SGA, 24 Jokic, 23 Embiid, 22 Jokic, 21 Jokic, 20. Then obviously it's the Giannis, 19 Giannis, Harden. Just work backwards. Like, how would y'all?
Swipe. I have a better way of frame. Let's frame it this way.
Sure.
Mars, of the MVPs of the 2020s, how would you rank them?
In terms of just how they played that season, or how good I think they
played in your overall value of them.
Yeah, like how they carry ability, which is it's a term that actually
the best MVP job with everything culminated. So stats, carry job, and then winning, if you will.
Your list.
What you did in that season, like if you broke any records, or if you were hitting game winners, or like for SGA, for instance, I scored 20 in every single game. Just everything combined.
So Giannis in 20.
He's probably number one.
And in 22.
Giannis in 2020.
No way.
And then number 2 is probably 22 Jokic.
Well, look at him.
And then 26 Shea. No.
Now Mars, what?
Yeah.
Stay right there, Mars.
26 Shea, 23 Embiid. Yeah.
Stay right there, Mars, because why do you value 22 Jokic over 26 Shea? Like, what do you like more about what Jokic did than what Shea did?
That was a lot of carrying that year, on a team that was devoid of a lot of talent. They were one of the best teams in the league with him on the court, one of the worst teams in the league with him off the court. No Jamal Murray, no MPJ. The year I think he became the best player in the world. It was just a really good year.
I think that's fair, but I could counter that with, again, what they was doing in Oklahoma City. Like, I don't think that there was anybody who expected AJ Mitchell to be as good as he was. I don't think that, and to not have J-Dub, which is his second best player throughout the course of the season. I think he missed almost half the season. So to not have him, I think that was a big deal. And a bunch of cast-offs who, like you talked about, a lot of carrying. Like, nobody cares about Wiggins. Nobody cares about Isaiah Joe. And these are the guys that SGA is taking to a 60-plus win team. On top of that, having to do what he's doing in terms of scoring 20 a game every night. Like, he didn't do that every other night or every third night. He did that every night. Like, you count on me. There are no off nights for me to do this. So I had to do this every night. And in addition to me doing that every night, I'm also not one of the best defensive players on my team, but I do play defense, which means, and my team counts on me to do that. And I did do that, which also helped bolster our defense, which would explain why we won as many games as we did.
Cool. Then flip them. Then we'll go Shea 2. All right. I don't care that much. So
I was just asking.
Giannis, Shea, Jokic 22, Embiid, Jokic 24. No. Yeah, Jokic 24, Shea 25, Jokic 21.
Was Embiid's MVP more impressive? Let me rephrase the question. It's a statement more than it's a question. I think Joel Embiid's MVP was more impressive off the strength that he was doing this previous. Like, Joel Embiid didn't just show up. That was I want to say that was the third straight year, or the third year in 4 years that he had led the league in scoring. He was a 30-10 guy on ridiculous efficiency. He was cracking the long ball.
33. He averaged 33.
Yeah, I think it was was the third straight year that he led the league in scoring, or it was or either that or it was the third time in 4 years that he led the league in scoring. Something to that effect. But with that being said, him doing this.
He led the league in scoring twice, Chill.
At that point.
It started, the first one was the year before in 22.
Because in 21, Steph led the league in scoring.
Yeah, and then in 23, and winning the MVP, he led the league in scoring. In 24, he would have if he qualified, but he didn't play enough games.
Right. So, the reason I'm bringing that up is because what he had done previous to that, right? What he had done previous to that, he didn't just show up on the scene. Like Joel Embiid was playing at that level. That's why I have a difficult time when I hear people saying stuff like, this is one of those, I hear, man, God, they're like, wait a minute. Joel Embiid was getting busy. Joel Embiid was not even
with the conversation.
He was the 2 years prior is he was finishing second in MVP. Yes. He was finishing second in MVP voting, and then the third year he finally won it. So that was the conversation. And then also like the All NBA thing at the time was starting to come up because only one center at the time could be first team All NBA. So it was like weird that Joel Embiid was coming second in MVP voting, which would signal that many people thought he was like the second best player in the league that year, but he was on second team on NBA because one center at a time could make first team on NBA.
Happened to Elijah.
Go ahead. Oh, was that? Oh,
go ahead.
For the ring convo, it's funny because Jokic winning in 23 holds a lot more weight than if he would have just won the MVP and lost again. Maybe that's because you already had two. Maybe it's because you already had two MVPs. But
he would have won that.
Same thing with Embiid. If Embiid doesn't win the 23 MVP, but somehow they go and win the championship, he's viewed more favorably, even though he comes second in MVP 3 years in a row. So, for those guys,
well, the Joker, the narrative during that year was like, how could you can't win 3 in a row if you've never even been to a finals? That was like a very strong narrative. So I do think that obviously changed a lot for him. And then how well he played obviously changed the history. But yeah, I mean, I do think there are MVPs that are more valuable than others. I don't think that's like a bad thing either. It's just I like Bill Simmons' model with that. I think there are some years where you can just go back, like 04 KG, for instance. It's just like what he had to do that season in order to make them good and get them to the Western Conference Finals, and like what he did in the regular season. Like those are one of those like gold standard MVP seasons.
Swiper, does Curry's 15 league MVP hold more weight than 16?
No, 16 was such a 16 was a world breaker season. So no.
Now, no. Here's the thing that I want you to realize, Moss, because I understand how lights out he was that year. All right, I want to make sure that we clear on how lights out he was that year. Absolutely, I do get that part. But going into the 14-15 season, by show of hands, how many people up here had Steph Curry winning the league MVP that year?
Well,
was he even in a conversation for league MVP going into the 14-15 season? Not only was he in the conversation, but where were they in terms of winning the NBA championship? Like I don't even know how high they were.
They had just come off the 13-14. They weren't even like, they were in a different tier like as a team, and Curry at that point was just like, he was ascending. He was like a star, but he was ascending. The ankle injury was 2 years prior to that or whatever, and then he signed that contract. And then by the time 14-15 comes around, they had reinvented their offense with Steve Kerr. And then he averaged 24, 5 and 5 that year or whatever else it was. But it was just the offense was so dynamic. And I don't know how many games they won that year. Somebody remember off the top of their head, what, the 57?
67?
50.
No, it was 67.
That year was 67. Yeah, 67.
Yeah, 67 games that year.
Yeah, 67. And it was like, that was a weaker MVP, maybe in the season. But like, Curry was still deserving of it, but 2016 was not that was a never before seen like type
of
offensive explosion. Yeah, 402 threes.
What would have held more weight if he would have not had the season he had in 16, but they go back to back, so he wins the championship, or him having the MVP season but then not winning?
For the conversation for the populace, I mean, it's probably still an MVP though, bro. That was almost a perfect season.
Yeah, it's hard to, I mean, if he like wins MVP Because he could have played worse in 2016 and still been the MVP. Like, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, that's what happens when you go unanimous.
How much worse?
Yeah, he was lapping the league by so much in that regular season to where if in a different scenario, if he's worse and still wins MVP, then winning the championship would have mattered. But the fact that he was that good in the regular season, I think that MVP is damn near as good. And then also them breaking the record, the 73-9 part of it is definitely
that goes into it though, real talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's part of it. Yeah.
Like my thing is, so that Steph Curry MVP, that's a standalone MVP.
Yeah.
That to me, that is you could very well argue that that's the greatest MVP of all time. Like, yeah, obviously because it's the only unanimous MVP, but then also the 73-9 record, and it was fresh off of a championship too. So a lot of people, you have to get your MVP kind of, I guess, co-signed or amplified by winning a championship that year. Steph had just came off one, so it was like he actually co-signed his championship, and then also he didn't win Finals MVP, so that was him coming back and saying, Finals MVP or not, y'all know what time it is. Yeah. But you know, I've been wanting to speak into this. Yes, the MVP is great. And I'm not mad at Kevin Durant for saying what he said. But I think, and like Mars brought up Iman Shumpert. And so like, and I think that does have some validity. Like if you are a role player or a regular player, or even like a secondary star, like let's say J-Dub, for instance. Yeah, that championship probably does mean more for you than an MVP could. But at the same time, those players aren't ever going to get an MVP, so you can't really speak into that. My thing is, the biggest accomplishment a player can have is not just winning a championship, but getting that Finals MVP. So in 2007, for instance, if Kobe doesn't win an MVP, whatever. If he goes and gets that Finals MVP, that would have been better than him getting a regular season MVP.
In 08?
In 08, that's what
no, in 07. Well, no, in 08, you can say 08. Yeah, my bad. 08. I'm sorry. Also, Dwayne Wade winning a Finals MVP in 06, that to me clears Steve Nash winning the regular season MVP. It clears it. Like leading your team to a championship.
Because of how he played, though. That's important, not just the award.
But I go like, because you've got no disrespect. Chauncey Billups was the Finals MVP the year before Steve Nash's MVP.
That's correct. That is correct.
For 98% of people, Steve Nash is clearly the better player than Chauncey Billups. That doesn't mean for everyone. There's going to be people who don't believe that. But for 98%,
now again, is Chauncey Billups regarded as a top guy?
Well, he was the Finals MVP.
He wasn't. They had a foursome. They had a foursome.
Well, I'm just addressing what Ron said of a Finals MVP means more.
I want to clear that up. But real talk, though. Yeah, real talk. At that time, some of us did have Chauncey on the same level of Steve Nash.
Y'all didn't, because y'all always say that Rasheed Wallace was the best player on that team.
Yeah, but Rasheed Wallace is also better than Steve Nash.
What's that got to do with Steve Nash and Chauncey Billups?
But like, but away from Chauncey and Steve Nash, Dennis Johnson's a Finals MVP. Does that more valuable than Karl Malone being an MVP twice?
Nah. So it depends.
So Finals MVPs aren't always gonna win. It's just certain players. I'm always personally, if there's gonna be something I value more, it's gonna be the 82 games over the 6-game series. Personally. But I can understand people valuing the Finals MVP. But really and truly, like all of this is someone who plays at an elite level in the finals is going to be valued more than someone who plays at an elite level in regular season. Like that's the case. But that doesn't always mean Finals MVP versus MVP, because there's guys who win Finals MVP who play worse in the finals than people who didn't win Finals MVP. And so it just depends. It's all about relative to your competition.
And right quick, Chill. You certainly have your exceptions, definitely. But for the most part, if we're talking about top guys, when they go and get a championship in a Finals MVP, and we can reel off the last 25 years, when those top guys, if you're a top 10-ish player in the league and you go get a Finals MVP, for the most part, and it doesn't just mean in the finals because your team had to get to the finals. For the most part, you were cooking throughout the whole way. And we could say, you know, and SGA didn't really play all that good in the finals, but SGA, Joker, Giannis, all the way down to, you know, obviously LeBron, we can keep going down the list for the most. We can go with the most recent one. Even Jalen Brunson.
So what's more valuable, Russell Westbrook's MVP or Jalen Brunson's Finals MVP?
Jalen Brunson's Finals MVP.
I would
disagree.
I think for perception, the winning as the top guy supersedes the MVP, because now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, let's say which one, when you win one first, one of them then for public perception isn't really necessary. So say like 06, Wade doing what he did in 06 to me kind of alleviated the fact that he did, or alleviated the pressure of winning a regular season MVP because of how well he played in that playoff run and then how well he played in that finals appearance, right? But then if you flip it, and when you have guys that win MVP, and let's even say multiple MVPs, at a certain point, then it becomes the pressure of, well, if you're this good, that player needs to win a championship. One alleviates pressure and one just kind of adds pressure to the other. That was the thing about Jokic. Jokic had won multiple MVPs, so then it was like, well, if we're saying that you're kind of the consensus best player, you need to win. Same thing happened to LeBron James in 09 and 10. It was like, okay, if we're saying you're the best player in the league, then eventually you need to win a championship. So I think that
No, I just want to know. So you're talking about from the public and from us and how we feel about it, how we're looking at it? Okay, see, I think Kevin Durant, when he was speaking on it, I think he's more so talking about
players.
From the player, you know what I'm saying? Like what does he value? And once again, I don't believe it's obviously every player doesn't feel that way. I think, it's just like they're people, so everybody has different values, of course. And so I can understand that from us, from our standpoint, and what like the public perception. If you do this, then I need that from you. It's a rough conversation because as we've just discovered in these past 30 minutes, there's so much that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you playing with? Who's on your team? What have you done? What's more valuable? And that's why it's just like, and I know it's ring culture, but I think that winning is just so much more important. But you do have to win. You do have to win a bunch of games to get MVP as well. So it's tough. It is tough.
But I will say this too. I think these players, these top guys, they definitely care about their legacies as well, though, Ox, and how they rank out. Right. Ironically enough, Ox, if Kevin Durant wasn't concerned about winning championships, then he would have just stayed in OKC.
No, I don't know if that's true, real talk, because I think they could have won it. I think they could have won in OKC.
Then why did he stay there?
Because he didn't want to play basketball in OKC anymore.
And on top of that, too,
but every time I
think there's a difference,
what he said, you told me that he's lying about.
Well, if you go to Golden State, I think it's like, okay, that's a 95% chance for winning. If I stay in OKC, the chances aren't anywhere near as high, but they're still good enough. Like, I think OKC, if he would have stayed in OKC, I think they probably would have got one. I don't know what year, I don't know what circumstances, but that was a hell of a basketball team. Like, I think they could have won in OKC. But whatever we don't know everything that goes on behind the scenes and why he really left, and if he's telling the truth when he says it or whatnot, we don't really know. So that's my only thing, real talk. I don't think that's necessarily true. He had more action and get more MVPs for sure. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. The overall point I was trying to make is that I think for top guys, I think they are kind of concerned about how they're remembered, how they're ranked, what is their legacy. And I think that the players that do go on to win, the top guys that go on to win championships, get looked at in a more favorable light than just the guys that have MVPs.
When you win
it, and I'm saying even amongst players, even amongst their peers. Yeah, like when you, the more and more these NBA players, and shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? The more and more these NBA players and retired NBA players turn on cameras and turn on microphones and hit record, we are seeing how they think and process the game and how they rank players even amongst themselves. And a lot of it is a lot of, well, this person has this many first team All NBAs, and then it's, well, did you win a championship or not? Like that is still very prevalent even amongst their peers. So I think being remembered, your legacy and all of that, even that tends to lean more towards hey, was I a top guy that got the job done more than, oh, did I win the MVP? Because at that point, when you're comparing yourself against other players in that caliber, you know, MVP is only it goes to more towards narrative, and do you have the storyline that particular year? It's not even saying that you don't have any MVP worthy seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take another player for instance right now, Ox. To me, Luka Doncic, he would have more of a boost if he won a championship than finally won an MVP, because we can look at Luka's years and be like, he definitely could have won MVP in 24, 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? Like the MVP award, as when he's performing to that level in the regular season, is kind of irrelevant, more so than can he win a championship.
What we haven't talked about, what we haven't talked about here is the fact that a championship is irrefutable. A championship, if you win that ring, and I'm not talking about Finals MVP, I'm talking about if you win the championship and you're one of the top guys on that, team.
No, it's not.
Chill. It is. There's nothing you can say to say that team, that guy didn't win the championship.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Chill. You literally can't do that.
There's nothing you can say to say that
You
guy
can say
didn't win the MVP.
you can say it's a Disney. But hold on, no. You can say it's a Disney ring.
Sure.
You could say, oh, that team got hurt, but you can't say we didn't win.
They did win it.
It's the same.
You can't say we didn't win. Hold on. That's not what I said. I didn't say you can't do that.
But I'm saying it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Why is it not the same thing?
And I'll tell you why it's not the same
Why
thing.
is it not the same thing?
Because I can't say that this team didn't win the championship.
Right.
Because they had to play for that. I had to play for that. You can't vote us the champions. You guys can't come up and conspire and bring narratives into they can't win the championship.
Sure.
You can do that for the MVP.
Sure.
Those things are so not the
But
same.
they still win it.
That's not what I'm saying.
No,
that's not what I'm saying at all. At all. I never said that at all. And if y'all would just listen for a second.
I'm listening to you.
What I'm saying is yes. Nobody can ever say that. MVP is also irrefutable in the sense of I can't say that James Harden didn't win it, or we'll go to one that's been really big over here. Steph Curry. I can never say Steph Curry didn't win MVP in 16.
Right.
But how many times have me and Chill come up here and said, man, I probably would have gave that to Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Or Jokic and Joel. Nobody. We can all say it was a here nigga damn award. We can all say that Kendrick Perkins did this and did that, and that's how come Jokic didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So we can always do that because it's voted on. You know what I'm saying?
But how many debates do we have about? Yeah, but how many debates do we have about who's the best player on X championship team? There was people up here saying Kat was the next best player this postseason.
But
people up here saying Jason Tatum was the best player on the Celtics in 24.
But that's why I said if you're one of the top guys,
still happen. Yeah, but the same argument still happen.
Those arguments aren't the same though.
But we can and to Ox, your stance.
They're not the same at all.
But Ox, with your stance being Ox, with your stance being that it's voted on. So with it being voted on, it's subjective because some people think that
your audio changed. Show
your mic changed.
Your mic.
Sorry, let me get back to where I was. I apologize.
Plug your shit back in.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Where was I? I apologize.
Do you saying that it's subjective because
it is subjective off the strength that it is voted on? Well, the same thing. I feel like the same thing could be said when we talk about guys winning NBA championships. How many times have we? Even though the Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA championship, and that's not refuted. How many times have we come up here and heard, well, Steph Curry got hurt. Well, Steph Curry wasn't hurt, then they could have won the NBA championship. How many times have we heard about guys not playing to a certain, like, there's things that have happened when people have won the NBA championship where if this wouldn't have happened, you wouldn't have gotten the NBA championship. Even though you did win it, there's always going to be some subjectivity in it, even though you did win it. Of course. So the stance of you saying, so the stance of it being, because it's subjective, in the MVP voting. It's also subjective in NBA championships. Well, if the regular season didn't fold in March, and they didn't play in a bubble, then maybe the Lakers didn't win the NBA championship, but they did win it. Well, if these guys didn't vote for Steve Nash winning the league MVP, then he wouldn't have won it. Only except he did.
That's the key word right there, though, Chill. It's vote. That's the key word. Like all those things go into winning the championship, just like winning the MVP. Like what was the year? Was it Bron got hurt and then Giannis got it or whatever? You know, because I don't really even care about the MVP that much. So like I don't even really know exactly what happened, why this person
Mars
got
and
it.
I go back and forth with this all the time. I think James won the MVP.
Yeah, that was it right there. Yeah, I don't really care about who wins MVP. I don't know like that. So that's the key. That's the key word. That's the see what we're doing. That's the key word.
If Bron's in the race, they're gonna make the race close. Don't worry about it.
Chill, you can't vote. You can't vote for who wins the championship.
Everything
with basketball is going to be argued. We're going to argue everything about basketballs. What team is really better? Kawhi wouldn't have that 19 championship if Klay and KD don't get hurt. We're going to talk about 16. They don't win that unless if Draymond is in the asshole and gets kicked out. We're going to talk about all of those things every time. But we can't. It's not voted on. This team has to win it. MVP, no matter what happens. No matter what, it has to be voted on.
It's like the scoring title. Like you can't you could say this guy's a better scorer, but I led the league in scoring. I am the scoring champion. It's like you can't vote on that.
Yeah, it's objective results based on objective results. An MVP is an objective result, winning the MVP based on subjective opinions. So that's the difference. I'm following Ox. Someone sent a super chat. I agree with the super chat. I'm always going to value the 82 game sample over the 6 or 7 game sample. That's always why I'm going to.
The reason why, Ron, is because 82 games. I think that it's so much more. There's so much more consistency that has to be in that. I can get busy in a week. I can get busy in 2 weeks.
Not that's the thing though.
Even with the stakes being higher, I could get busy in 2 weeks.
It's not just a week though.
But
you have the one-offs. You have the Dennis Johnsons. You have the Andre Iguodala's. You have those one-offs. That's not
whether you like it
how
or
it
not.
is.
Steve Nash, like we have our conversations. Whether we like it or not, MVP one-offs don't really exist. The closest you're gonna get is Wes Unseld. That's
for sure. And
some people would say Steve Nash. Some people would say.
Nah, let's not even say
that happens twice, but that's fine. But the point is, there's a certain caliber of player required to be an MVP pretty much all the time. Some people who disagree that Steve Nash was that caliber of player. I just think you're wrong, but that's fine.
I think you're
there
right.
is no certain caliber of player required to be the Finals MVP. That doesn't exist. Like we've got Andre Iguodala.
Yeah,
but that's the difference. That the MVP doesn't have one-offs. Like it doesn't have players who aren't that good.
Derrick Rose.
I get that, but you have
Derrick
to be.
Rose gets hurt and now isn't the same player. But in his MVP year, he was a caliber of player in which an MVP makes sense.
But he wasn't a good enough caliber of player.
Exist for Finals MVP.
No, I get that. I get that, but you have to be a different type of caliber to lead your team through the playoffs and get a Finals MVP and cook all the way through.
You actually don't have to be
2011.
Ron. No, you don't.
Chill. Understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Dennis Johnson. I'm not talking about Andre Iguodala. I'm talking about Dirk Nowitzki. I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard. I'm talking about. I'll even give you Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but
I'll give you Kevin Durant.
Like you can't say I'm not talking about Dennis.
I understand. I understand
because he was good enough.
I understand that.
I'm not taking away from him. Great player, but you can't say I'm not. You're saying you have to be a certain caliber player to lead a team through the playoffs. You said that verbatim. That means Dennis Johnson, in your opinion, was that caliber of player.
No,
either he was or he wasn't. If you're saying he wasn't, then you don't need to.
What I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. It like, come on. What I'm saying is not that hard to wrap your mind around.
We have to talk in absolutes. You can't say you have to be a certain caliber player to lead your team through the playoffs, and then Dennis Johnson does it and say you're not talking about him.
All right, then fuck it. Add Dennis Johnson in there. What Dennis Johnson did was more. If you would have added Dennis Johnson in, what he did is more important. Is more To me, it's more valuable than what Steve Nash did. If you want to put Dennis Johnson in there, if you want to run a Dennis Johnson, I'm talking about Dirk. I'm talking about Kawhi's run. I'm talking about Jokic's run. I'll even say Steph in 22.
Yeah, but
that's not fine though.
If you're only talking about the creme de la creme, then when we're talking about MVPs, we're only going to talk about Michael Jordan. We're only going to talk about Steph. We're only going to talk about Shaq. But we're not. If you want to do that, we don't have to do that though. You can't say there's a caliber of player you need to be to lead your team through the playoffs, and then exclude the players who don't hit that ball.
Okay, but then you just said Wes Unseld though, and we can even go to Derrick Rose's MVP too. We can even go to Derrick Rose's.
But Derrick Rose isn't a certain caliber. He wasn't a lower caliber of player. He was someone who hit the peak and then got hurt. That's like saying, it's like using Joel Embiid for the same thing. Like, Joel Embiid was obviously an MVP caliber player who then got derailed by injuries. Derrick Rose at that point was an MVP caliber player who got derailed by injuries. His MVP was valid. He was viewed as that caliber of player and then got derailed. That's not the same as someone like.
I don't think D Rose was on Bron's level though.
He wasn't on LeBron's
level. Those are two different.
There's a difference between being on LeBron's level and being at an MVP level. LeBron was peaking at a time in which LeBron was peaking at.
But that's the standard because you're around at that time.
Steve Nash and D Rose weren't that level of player.
MVP level and GOAT level are not the same thing, even if the GOAT level player is operating at the time as the MVP level player. Do I think Derrick Rose should have won the MVP? No, my opinion on that has been clear. But Derrick Rose was playing at a level in which an MVP makes sense. The fact that LeBron was peaking at a GOAT level at the same time means that I think he should have won the awards. But there's a difference between being an MVP. We spoke about this. You spoke about this already.
I don't think he was together than D Wade in 2011.
But that's fine, and I would agree. D Wade was also an MVP level player. But you spoke about it with Luka like 5 minutes ago. Luka has been playing at an MVP level for like 4 or 5 years. He has 0 MVPs, but that doesn't mean he's still not playing at an MVP level. Derrick Rose,
I agree with what Mars. I agree with the sentiment of what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't know if I would put D Rose. That's just where we're disagreeing. I agree with what the sentiment behind what you're saying. I just don't agree that D Rose necessarily meets that threshold of like what Luka has been doing the past.
I just don't like the fact that
he's the lowest tier of MVP level, but I would still say he is. I just don't. And if he doesn't, maybe I'll concede to all NBA level, and then we can say, okay, there's people who won MVPs: Wes Unseld, Steve Nash, Derrick Rose. If there's one I'm forgetting, Dave Cowens, maybe, cool. Mm-hmm. And the MVP award has existed since '55, I think. So, how much? 70 years.
Yes.
70 years. Finals MVP has existed since 69. We could go through it and find way more outliers. Way more. JoJo White won a Finals MVP in the 70s. We can find way more outliers. And if you want to go through just best player on a championship team, there's still way more outliers than there are with the MVP award that's existed for longer.
Mars, I get that.
The bigger sample is going to hold more weight for me. And you saying there's a certain caliber of player you need to be to do this just wasn't true. There isn't a certain caliber player you need to be to do this because you've seen players way below that caliber
to carry through and through. Well, no, I'm not talking about just in the finals. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you guys are getting that confused.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to clear up earlier.
I'm talking about
when you top guys in the league who are already seen as like one of the best players in the league during the regular season, and then also have a playoff run where they're clearly the best player on their team, carry their team throughout the playoffs, and then win Finals MVP. That's the player he's more so talking about.
And especially when you beat teams,
you're limiting it to 20 players all time.
What I'm saying though is, I think that's more difficult. What those 20 players, and it could be 20, it could be 30. I don't know. I'd have to go through and count. What Jalen Brunson did was more difficult than any of Steve Nash's MVPs.
This is what I'm saying. This is nonsense.
This is
nonsense. This whole argument is nonsense. Because you don't like if you don't like somebody, that doesn't make what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. And all right, we can get Steve Nash out of here because you guys are going to try to say I'm biased. Hey, we're talking about Kevin Durant, right? He's the one that did this. He started this whole conversation. Hey, Swipe, I'm gonna go to your world. What Jokic did in 2023 was more difficult than Kevin Durant's MVP. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Can I finish my point? You want to know why it's more difficult? Because the regular season is the regular season. We all know the regular season's more watered down. You're playing against the bottom feeders. You're playing against mid teams. Yeah, you get some marquee games, and you get some, you get some big teams, and you get some big games where you play against the number one seeds and stuff like that. But for the most part, the regular season, you got people sitting out. It's not as competitive as the playoffs. Yeah, the playoffs are a smaller sample size, but you are playing against the best of the best. And on top of that, teams are scheming against you for 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games. It is much more difficult to get busy in the playoffs than it is in the regular season. Why do you think Nash couldn't get it done?
Okay, Nash couldn't get it. No, Nash
why do you think Kevin Durant couldn't? Why do you think MVP Kevin Durant couldn't get it done until he went to the Golden State Warriors?
No, but like when you,
so then time out. Just let me. Just no. I'm trying. No, I want to make my point before you cut me off and come. No, before I haven't even been talking for 3 minutes.
Keep going, Ron.
And so Chill said that would make it more difficult. Or no, Chill said because they're playing against he ran into a better crew. That goes to my point. Dirk Nowitzki beat LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in the finals.
And Chris Bosh.
Exactly. He wasn't even favored to win that. Jalen Brunson was not favored to beat the San Antonio Spurs.
He should have been, but that's a different conversation.
Was Jokic favored in every game? Was Kawhi
in every game? I don't know.
Every series. Every series.
I think the Suns were favored, and maybe the Lakers.
Swipe. Do you want to retort? Swipe. Do you want to retort?
Was Kawhi favored in every series? Go ahead, you got it, Swiper. I'm bringing up the MVP, the Finals MVP runs that I'm talking about.
I think the Bucks were favored in 19. I think.
I think the problem with your logic, and just to stick with even you saying like Jokic better than Kevin Durant, like MVP seed. Well, Jokic went to a premium level that only maybe 1 or 2 other people have
ever done. That's the point I'm making.
But that's not it. But that's
you
not
have
Jalen
to go
Brunson.
To that level in order to lead your team to a playoff run.
No, you don't.
Oh, you're out your mind.
That's not Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson played out of his mind.
Do you want me to respond to what you're saying? But what Jalen Brunson did not reach that level at all. Not even close. Respectfully, and if you're in.
Ron, did Shea reach the level Jokic did in 23 in the playoffs?
No.
But guess what? He got it done.
Yeah.
So you don't need to reach that level.
Okay, that's not a got you moment. I've already let you guys know there are certain I started by saying I started the conversation by saying when you carry through and through, Shea had far and away the best team in the league. So it was a little different.
So OG wasn't going crazy. Mikal wasn't having big games. Cat wasn't being called the best player on the team through 3 rounds. He had the best team in the playoffs through and through. So why didn't you guys?
Time out. So why didn't you guys pick the Knicks before the playoffs? Why did Jay get taken a year so I could shut up? You might have did that.
I didn't think the Knicks were gonna hit that level in the postseason. I didn't foresee.
You didn't think Jalen Brunson was gonna hit that level. You didn't think Jalen Brunson was gonna hit that level.
Just Jalen Brunson. Stop saying that. That's the shit that's driving me crazy.
Jalen Brunson is the only Knick who didn't hit a level.
Like he just back.
He is the only one.
He didn't do that. That's not what happened, Ron.
I didn't expect Cat to play that well. I didn't expect OG to play that well. I didn't expect Josh Hart to play that well.
You did not expect Jalen Brunson to do that. What he did.
Okay, wait a minute.
He played in damn near every postseason.
Yes, he's always been getting busy, Ron.
He played a damn near.
Is it new?
The only pleasant surprise I saw from Jalen Brunson in the postseason was defensively, Mike Brown did a much better job of hiding him than Tom Thibodeau.
His ass out the way.
That is the only thing that pleasantly surprised me about Jalen Brunson. Offensively, there was nothing I saw from Jalen Brunson that led to me saying, "Oh, he's hit another level this postseason compared to years prior." Nothing I saw that led.
Meanwhile, wait, Ron. Meanwhile, you can't sit there and tell me that the way you saw Cat play in this postseason, you've seen that before. You can't sit there and tell me that the way you saw OG Anunoby play this postseason, you've seen that before. The way that Mikal Bridges played in the postseason, you've seen that before. No, you didn't. You did not see that.
All right, so check this out.
Respect OG.
In order to win a finals, In order to win a finals, your team has to be pretty good, and your team has your role players, secondary stars, all of that. They have to step up. So I'm going to give all of them their credit. But you know another thing, because we've talked about the Jokic 2021 MVP, how that was a one-off, and we talked about how the Russ 2017 MVP was a one-off because their teams were 6 seeds. So you know what else? In order to win a regular season MVP, your team has to be pretty damn good. You know, Amari Stoudemire had to be first team All-NBA. You know, Sean Marion had to be one of the most versatile players ever. Oh, hey, Kevin Durant 2000.
Amari wasn't even there. He only played the first 3 games.
Okay. Okay, but he still had a damn good team. In order, Steve, like you guys will make it seem you guys will make it seem like Steve Nash carried the team, and he was the orchestrator of the offense. Steve Nash had weapons.
Yes,
he had absolute weapons. And Steph Curry, when he won his unanimous MVP, I guarantee it's not unanimous if Klay Thompson misses the season. I guarantee it's not unanimous if Draymond Green misses the season.
You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the same thing you guys are trying to say for the Finals MVP. Oh, Cat played out of his mind, and OG Anunoby was hooping. Duh, they had the ball.
You okay, so what that means from the goalpost. The only reason this even got brought up is because he said Brunson carried. If we would have just
carry the same, he was time out. So I'm gonna ask you guys a simple question. I'm gonna just ask you a simple question. I'm gonna ask you a simple question.
That's what we disagreed about.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Shea won MVP in his first 2 in back-to-back seasons, right?
Yes.
He carried his team through the season, right?
Regular season.
I wouldn't say Shea carried them.
But he was by far. No, he was by far and away the best player on the team, right?
I wouldn't say he carried them. This year, I would lean closer to carrying. I still wouldn't say carried.
But he was the best player on the team, right? A team that was the number 1 seed. A team that was the best team in the regular season. A team that was the best team in the NBA. Okay, fast forward. Jalen Brunson. He carried his team to a finals?
No.
But he was the best player on the team, right?
He was
a team that
I'm tired of Ron yelling into the mic, and I'm tired of it.
You're the only one that believes this, by the way.
Ron, shut up! Like legitimately, be quiet.
You're the only person that believes this.
You are literally you're dominating the show. I can't explain. You are actually dominating the show, not in a good way right now.
It's something you can't do.
I'm not trying
to.
What you're trying to understand is I'm trying to have a basketball conversation, and you're just literally just running through the mic, yelling and being wrong. He did not carry. Karl Anthony Towns was frying from the start of that playoff series, and then if you get into the 76ers series, it was 100% Karl Anthony Towns that was putting them in the blender. And then in the Cleveland series, he was phenomenal. And then you keep forgetting that through the first 3.5 games of that series, Brunson was the 3rd best player on that team.
And
then what happened is, the second? It was 3.5 games because he was a brick. And then OG Anunoby was doing all of the stuff you're saying. This is the thing. Y'all seem to forget.
So then why didn't he win Finals MVP?
Ron, you are so bad at this. Like, I mean, legitimately. because literally, game 1 happened. Brunson was bricking. And then in the 4th quarter, he had 13 points. OG had 12 points. OG had 12 points, including the blocks at the rim in transition. And then in game two, Karl Anthony Towns was frying in the first half, and then in the 3rd quarter, they're up 10. He gets 2 ghost fouls that take him out of the game, and then the 4th quarter happened. And then they went to New York.
No.
You're not going to sit here. I'm going through the game. I'm literally telling you what happened.
Okay, you're going through the game. Can you tell me what happened in the 4th quarter game too?
What do you mean?
What did Jalen Brunson do?
What do you mean? What did Jalen? He was good, but he went. What was he? 3 for 9. He was 3 for 9 in the 4th quarter of that game. What are you talking about?
He cooked up in the 4th quarter again.
No, Ron. That's how I know you're lying, because he made a free throw and he made a jumper. He made a free throw to put him up at the end of the game. That was the Wemby turnover game. And then in game 3, he was bricking. And then what happened was OG and Cat were going. And then I told you 3.5 games. And then in the 4th quarter, in the 4th game, he was sucky in the first half. And then the second half happened. Then he started taking over. Then Brunson had 20 in the second half.
Don't say then he started taking over when he took over in the 4th quarter of game 1.
And then OG and Anunoby started going off and going crazy. And then in game 5, That was the game, because going into Game 5, OG Anunoby and Karl Anthony Towns were the favorites to win Finals MVP in going into Game 5. And then Game 5 happened, and he scored 45 points of 95 points. That's what happened. This is literally how the series went, because we were up here and people were lying, saying OG Anunoby was getting all of his shots on Jalen Brunson. And then I went through the individual plays where Brunson was out of the game that OG was scoring or driving or hitting threes. And then Karl Anthony Towns.
Are you saying you shouldn't have got Finals MVP?
That's not.
No, I was fine at the Game 5.
I'm asking
we're doing it.
That's not.
We're doing the carry. We're just doing the carry.
He's saying Jalen Brunson didn't carry.
Yeah, because I
understand. I just wanted to know.
No, because what happened is in the first round of that playoffs, okay, they got down 2-1 to the Hawks. Brunson and Karl, who shot 50% from three or whatever it was in that series, they started taking over that series. Then they played versus the 76ers series, and the reason why that series went so bad, because Joel was hampered, obviously. Karl was putting them in a blender, and none of them could miss from three, including Mikal Bridges. Mikal had that crazy game in that series or whatever, and then the Cleveland series happened. He won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. That's fine. Like, that's perfectly fine. Like, but the team was elite. And then we went to the NBA Finals. I just went through all these games. Brunson, from the end of Game 4 in the second half with the OG tip-in to the Game 5, that's when Brunson did the carry stuff. And especially in that Game 5.
How are you going to say that when in the first quarter and when in the fourth quarter of Game 1 he had 13 points?
And so did OG, was right there with him. We had this conversation then.
Okay, and that's cool, but Jalen Brunson still carried
the fourth quarter. They were both there. They were both there doing the job.
Hold on, because
we were on this platform saying OG or Cat's going to be the final.
100%.
And then Game 5 happened, and Brunson was amazing, but there is no rhyme or reason to say Jalen Brunson carried this team.
Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back because we're getting caught up on the word carry. All right, we're getting caught up on the word carry. Yeah, so I'm going to take the word carry out and let's substitute in another word. Cooked, backpacked. Whatever you want to say. What I'm saying is. Okay, well, find a word, whatever word you want to put in your mind.
Look, I'm
played
very well.
You
played very well.
What I'm saying is, and I'm going to say this very clearly once again. What Kawhi did, what Dirk did, what Jalen Brunson did, what Dwayne Wade did over a playoff run from start to finish is more impressive than a regular season MVP to me.
You said Steve Nash.
It's more impressive than any of Steve Nash's MVPs to me.
You just don't like Steve, though. Like,
okay, and I said Kevin Durant.
Go ahead, real talk.
Let's address this from like another angle here. Pause, right? Because Mars said he cares about what happens in the 82. I'm pretty sure like Swiper kind of agree with that.
I do.
I think it varies situation to situation. Because I also remember a lot of times in the league, maybe even right now for some, it's the player that you believe, and this is even to me amongst their peer group. So I'm speaking for amongst their peer group. I believe this to be true, and for fans and people that watch the league, I believe this to be true. The better player isn't necessarily the player that plays better in the 82. It's the player that you believe gives you the best opportunity to win the 16 games to win a championship. So, for example, there were the years in the 2010s where LeBron James isn't winning MVP. The consensus was still he was the best player in the league, even though there were other people having better 82 games than him. James Harden, for example, in the 2010s, late 2010s, was having better regular seasons than LeBron James. Some would argue that.
I want to prove to them I can crush it.
I ain't come this far just to come this far.
You didn't get in anywhere else, did you?
That is not me. That is
not. I'm going crazy.
That is not me.
Let's just hope that's not copyright.
We're back. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Man, so, you going to derail a show, boy. You know who that? Hey, I know who that is, and he knows who it is. Oh man.
Okay,
I'm going through the news.
Let's go back.
There's news that Pablo Torres story came out. My bad. I'm trying to go through it. My fault.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Yeah, Ron. Let's swipe a host the show, bro. Look.
As you were saying, real talk.
There are instances where the player that leads you to the best chance of winning the 16 is considered the best player to us and amongst the peer group. So again, examples, LeBron, even times when you get towards like the late 90s about Michael Jordan, when Karl Malone and them and Charles Barkley are winning MVP, everybody still thought that Michael Jordan was the best player in the league. The mid 2000s, when Steve Nash was having better 82 game regular seasons, people still thought that Kobe was a better player than Steve Nash. So I'm also combating the they're better in the 82. I think even now a lot of people still consider Jokic the best player in the league, and it's because they think he gives you the best chance to win the 16. Then he's been the best player in the 82. That's another way we can try to like frame the argument as well.
I'm confused
because we're sitting here talking about how do you rank players? Do you value the finals MVP or the 82 games? I'm addressing a point that you made a while back. It has been a while back since you said it, but you say you tend to favor who's better in the 82 games, and I'm combating that point.
Over
and
a
I'm
6-game
saying that
finals series. That was my words.
Can y'all see how visually upset and pissed Swiper is right now because they can't keep a real nigga down? Can y'all see? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Can y'all see how visually shaken he is? That Pablo can't get it done.
Right quick. Let's just paint the picture because I don't even know what happened. So whoever knows what happened, can you make the announcement?
I'm just reading. The sources from ESPN. Let me just. Do you want me to just share the article? Okay.
No. Just talk about it.
Okay.
Hey, chill.
Sources.
Why y'all look mad?
Sources. NBA has no. Sources. This is from 3 individual sources.
Y'all wanted me to stay in jail.
That NBA has no evidence Ballmer funneled money to Leonard via sponsors. They said instead the NBA is focused on whether the team's introduction of Leonard to team sponsor constitutes a violation of league's rules prohibiting salary cap circumvention. 2 of the sources said the league is examining whether the Clippers are guilty of a failure to supervise employees, though it isn't clear what specific rule the team would have violated or what the penalties would be. 2 of the sources said the 11-month investigation into salary cap circumvention allegations extended beyond Leonard's deal with Aspirations, the now defunct green banking company at the center of the allegations, to at least 3 other companies that also had deal with the Clippers. 2 of the sources familiar with the talks told ESPN. However, sources said the league has presented no evidence that Ballmer funneled money to Leonard. And so they said there's no direct, the 3 sources at least, said there's no direct involvement they can find with Ballmer.
Free like OJ all day.
No, that's not what that means.
Free like OJ. Exactly. That's a great comp.
That's not what that means.
Look at these 3. Look at these 3 over here, mad. They in a triangle, mad.
Hey, this means hey, it's up now. For the rest of the league, it's up. You can.
Y'all wanted me to stay in jail.
So here's the next section of the article.
Black man down.
The next section of the article said a spokesperson for the Clippers declined to answer questions about the nature or content of the NBA's initial findings or the ongoing discussion. But in a statement provided to ESPN, the Clippers said the team introduced players, including Kawhi Leonard, to companies that with which we had business relationships. Making introductions between players and team partners is both an ordinary practice by NBA teams and a common request of players and representatives. So now the statement also said the team did not negotiate or dictate the terms of Leonard's endorsement deals. The fact that a player has an endorsement relationship with a company that also does business with the team is not evidence of salary cap circumvention. So what they're doing is, in this article, they're saying the Clippers have distanced themselves essentially by saying all we did is make the handshake between the 2 parties. Whatever those 2 parties came to an agreement on, we are no longer involved in it. So essentially, Ox, what's happening is the Clippers, in case of further investigation, if something is to be found out, they're saying if Kawhi Leonard and KL2, which is his business that made the agreement with Aspirations, if they made an agreement to fund money or be paid certain amounts of money, $30 million or more, we did not negotiate that contract with Kawhi Leonard and his party and Aspirations. So we didn't have direct involvement in potential cap circumvention is what they're trying to argue and allege. So we just introduced the 2 parties. That's what their argument is.
Absolutely.
But this does not mean
hey, Pablo, find something else to do.
What will be Swiper? What will be the penalty?
Hey,
for other things
Pablo.
that being investigated
So if
for?
they if
Find
it,
something else to
if
do, bro.
right now, if because of the way it's worded, the way it's worded, if they're in April 2022, Kawhi did sign a $28 million endorsement deal with Leonard, or the Aspirations did. An unnamed employee who purportedly worked on the banking company told Torre that Leonard sponsored the deal was to circumvent the salary cap. This is a person that worked with the organization Aspirations. And the report characterized the contract as no-show job. Ballmer made an additional $10 million investment in Aspirations March 9th of 2023. So Ballmer had made financial investments into Aspirations. Aspirations had a payment schedule with Kawhi Leonard on this no-show deal they were supposed to meet, but they could not meet, per Pablo Torre's original reporting, they couldn't meet the deadline for the payouts unless Steve Ballmer paid them an additional amount of money and invested additional amount of money into the organization. So the Clippers are saying, but we didn't make the agreement between Aspirations and Kawhi, but there's evidence in bank transactions that show, well, Ballmer was investing into Aspirations while the company was falling apart and while Kawhi Leonard had a deal with Aspirations.
Here we go again.
No, this is all happening.
So is this basically saying this is more so alleviating Ballmer and the Clippers?
Basically, that's what's happening. Than Kawhi.
Than Kawhi and okay. So
yeah, they're saying there's
you ain't off the hook, sir. Your man ain't off the hook.
Absolutely.
They saying hey, actually what's happening is we're protecting our richest white billionaire in the league before we protect.
If this was going on, we ain't know nothing about it.
Like they're supposed to. But you got to be able to connect. You got to be able to connect the dots, though. Real talk. If they ain't do it, then it ain't happen.
That's not true. They're saying it didn't.
Look. Watch. Just watch this. Watch. Just watch. I'm trying to let you know. Quarter law shit. You got to connect the dots.
But Swiper, can they still be punished?
You got to connect
the dots.
It has to be two or more.
Well, what's going to happen is that they're going to continue this investigation. But the problem is, Steve Ballmer is the richest person in sports.
How is that a problem? I got money. Hey,
so
I'm a rich.
The other side of this is when you're trying to do an investigation,
you don't got to learn. Jay, just get your money up.
Steve Ballmer potentially having blowback, but the issue is that now what's going to have to happen is they're going to investigate Kawhi, and they're going to the league, the ESPN article, which again details in this. The NBA itself has encouraged teams to work with like businesses that work with the teams themselves. Like it's been a part of it's encouraged behavior because they want the businesses to interact with the players and all that other kind of stuff. But again, the problem is like the NBA Operation Manual 2021-22, when the Clippers and Leonard reached their deals with Aspirations, states that the team representatives can't recommend a player to a team sponsor as a candidate for an endorsement arrangement. Once again, they said we just introduced them. The team can, however, provide a sponsor with the player's contact information. And Ballmer told ESPN in 2025 that his team found the email that makes the first introduction. The introduction got made, and then they were off on their own races on their own. We were not involved, Ballmer says.
Okay, but if the Clippers are innocent, Swiper, who circumvented what then? If the Clippers did no wrong, then who circumvented what?
No, because
I can't rob no bank if there ain't no bank to rob.
Okay, stop right there, Swiper. So
what a horrible analogy.
Number one, Swiper.
No. I can't. If the team didn't do anything wrong, then how could it be circumvented?
That's why you have. Okay,
why are you taking that position in this anyway? Just go ahead.
He can take that position, but
why not? Why are you taking this?
We don't even have all the information.
Why are you and your snitch ass best friend Paulo up here chasing behind Kawhi? Mind your business. Worry about the Nuggets.
Journalism is very important. Go ahead, Chill.
I think that Kawhi operated in good faith. I do. I think that they told him that this money that you left on the table, we're gonna get it back to you. And I think that he operated in good faith with the idea that we are going to get this money back, not caring how we're going to get this money back. And the Clippers, who have a $100 billion owner who is a professional in burying paperwork, that's why you didn't find it, because it wasn't like Pablo wasn't
there
looking.
is paperwork.
He's wondering, there's paperwork, and then there's the paperwork. And we couldn't find the paperwork. And the reason why we
Chill, the next step of this is Ox has used this word before, arbitration. Like the next step is arbitration, and at that point now again, another Ox word is discovery. And if you order discovery, then you can order all the paperwork and all the stuff that you're telling. Now you're legally obligated to give me everything that you have, your computers, your phones, your emails, like all that other kind of stuff. And then we can do a full investigation. Because the NBA investigation is not a federal investigation. So that's what people need to also remember. Yeah, the NBA investigation is one thing, but if the court gets involved, the court can take this to a whole other level. And so go ahead.
I just want to, but to Ox's point, even if you want to disagree with it, the fact of the matter is though is in protect. Let's even say they're doing this to protect Steve Ballmer. The sub consequence of it though is that Kawhi Leonard is going to get off of this, because basically what we're saying is, okay, they're saying the Clippers in aspiration, there's no direct correlation or direct
between Kawhi, the circumvent, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. So if there's no condemnation that can be had towards the Clippers in this situation, then that can also, the Kawhi aspiration thing can just be looked at more so as a sponsorship than circumventing the cap, because there's no correlation to the Clippers. So in essence, he is, in defending Steve Ballmer or covering for Steve Ballmer, it is going to help Kawhi Leonard. That means there's no circumventing if the Clippers aren't involved per se.
Well, the Clippers, Steve Ballmer saying I'm involved as an individual business owner.
If me and your loved ones are in a compromising situation, real talk, and I happen to be with them in the same situation as them, and you go to save your loved one, and you save me by saving them, that's cool. Like you can't be like, oh, Real Talk didn't even care about you. Real Talk didn't want to save you, but he did.
I think that's what's going to end up happening in this. I think because they want to protect Steve Ballmer, it's going to still then protect Kawhi Leonard.
Well, the next step though is Kawhi. We know in 2019 he did ask for extra benefits payments from the Lakers and from the Clippers. So we know that happened. So the next step is okay. I know Kawhi's from California. I know. Just give 2 seconds.
At some point, this is going to be harassment. But at some point, this is just like, what are y'all doing?
Ox, what you're doing is actually harassment right now.
Relax.
So I think on the other side of this,
I know you're upset because you thought Pablo was on to something.
I just don't understand why you're so anti-education. The audience doesn't know this.
Mr. Torres,
the audience doesn't know all this information. We're literally a basketball show reporting information, so I'm trying to help them understand what's going on, and you're talking through it. So some of this is as simple as this: there's going to be further steps with all this other stuff. If there could be no wrongdoing that is found on the NBA side, but again, the NBA is going to have to take it to another level, because then if the NBA doesn't want the courts to get involved, but again, if the courts do get involved, then it's it turns into
there's no reason for them to get involved because number one,
let's Swipe educate them, because they're going to keep doing this and do this. Swiping knows that the federal government is going to come and try to lock Kawhi up.
But that's my point.
No, that's not how that would work.
There's no reason for the Department of Justice.
Mark Walter might be locked up. That's the next person that's going to be locked up. Go ahead.
Okay, there's no reason for these people to get involved, because I didn't do anything illegal.
No, he frauded $16 to $21 billion. That's pretty bad. Go.
I didn't do.
But
no, Mark, $16 to $21 billion in insurance money he was using to fund his other businesses. Like that's you might be going down, brother. Yeah. You might be going down, brother.
That's why he sold the team.
Or you can just bankruptcy, and I declare bankruptcy.
That's what I'm saying.
The point though is, Ron, is I think that Leonard operated in good faith. I do. And I think that with him I do think he operated in good faith.
What does good faith mean, Joe?
I think that he operated with the
notion. He didn't know better.
Yes, and I think
he's dumb.
And not only here's the thing. Now, this is the Mars, you just said it earlier in the show. The part that Fred VanVleet left out was that caliber of player. Is that the thing he left out? So it's not that Leonard didn't know any better. I don't think he cared. Keep me out of it. Keep me out of this. You're talking about getting my bread back, that $40 million that I left on the table to come from Toronto back home. Yes, I think that you're going to take care of this.
Joe, you talking about plausible deniability?
Just keep me out of it. That's all.
But Kawhi is involved. He is the leader of.
Keep me out of it.
I'm asking if that's what Chill.
But Chill, he was aware that he was doing something wrong.
He was 100% aware of the contract.
I think, and here's the difference, though. Chill.
Just a reminder, Chill. They paid Kawhi Leonard in that aspiration deal more than they had paid any of the other celebrities and athletes combined.
Of course, absolutely.
No, but I'm talking about Leonardo. I'm talking about Leonardo DiCaprio and them.
You understand why?
By 50 times the amount.
You understand why? The reason why is because the owner of the Clippers was funneling that money through the company. That's why.
But why would Kawhi Leonard get more money than Leo and all them combined though? What's the for a no-show job?
Kawhi Leonard isn't the one paying himself. That's what.
One more time, Swipe. I mean, one more time, real talk. They ain't hear you from the back.
Swipe. Look, Swipe.
Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have a benefactor.
Here's the deal about this.
Swipe hates to see young brothers getting money.
I am in agreement with you. Kawhi Leonard and his camp definitely pull some shit. But this is what's about to happen. He's about to get away with it. I mean, you keep trying to it's about to happen. Kawhi Leonard is about to get away with it off of trying to be very specific. Oh, well, the company got the money. I didn't get the money. Oh, it's not in direct correlation with the Clippers. So all these technicalities. That's how they're about to get on Swipe. He's about to get away with it. It is what it is.
But why?
First it was correct. Gary Trent.
Pablo's correct.
Now Kawhi.
But he's about to get away with
Gary Trent is definitely
enemy of progress right there. Right next to the enemy of progress.
No, I don't think people should be able to cheat like the president. I don't think you should be able to cheat or Mark Walters.
I agree, but they're
should just be able to cheat.
Y'all stole an election, Swiper.
$16 billion in insurance money.
The point. So again, Swiper. Kawhi Leonard, like to your point, Ox, the plausible deniability. Well, the less I know, the better.
No.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do think that they. I
got paid $50 million. What do you mean you don't know?
Okay,
he knew, Chill. He was well aware.
Wait. How much did? There's a difference between
I'm getting more from you than I'm getting from New Balance.
It's a difference between me
for a no-show job.
It's a difference between me knowing and how much I know.
No.
So when my check's cash and it says aspirations,
yes,
and I'm getting a larger check. I'm getting $28 million at one time.
That's
my
correct.
New Balance deal isn't worth $28 million.
Sure, absolutely.
And for this aspiration deal,
and you said
I don't have to do anything to get this money.
You was going to take care of this. I don't really know how much.
Aspiration is the one paying him.
Right. I know.
I don't know where this money coming from.
How can
it's coming from aspirations?
How can you pass some kind of
What do you mean? What? I don't know.
It's coming. It's on your bank statement.
It says aspirations, correct? And then how do I know that it's coming from somebody else? I don't know that.
The company. If Apple gives me $500.
Oh no,
I don't know it's coming from Apple.
Aspiration for sure.
Right.
But I'm saying that he doesn't dictate how much aspiration pays him.
He signed the deal. He knows how much money they're paying him.
Right.
No, I know he knows how much. I'm saying he doesn't dictate that because he can't pay himself from aspiration. Aspiration has to offer that. I'm saying aspiration has to offer an amount of money to him. So you saying, oh, he's getting paid more from aspiration than he is from New Balance. That's not Kawhi Leonard's fault. That's
for a no-show job. I know, but that's what the suspect. That's why that is like such a big deal.
Again, I agree, but he's about to get away with it. So you just need to accept that.
Swiper,
okay, just accept it. He's about to get away.
Swiper, the point that I was making, Swiper, is I am getting paid from aspirations because I'm under the impression that the owner of the Clippers, who probably pushed this to Kawhi's people, these are the people that we're going to get involved with, and we're going to make you some money. These are the people who I think are making money. I don't know that the owner, the boss who signs my checks with the Clippers is also involved in them and is also funneling money through this place. I don't know that. I'm under the impression that this is just aspirations money. That's it.
No, Chill.
Why were you fighting that, Jay? Why?
When you get your check from TikTok. Okay, when you get your check from TikTok, all those zeros. So when you see this, are you like, I don't set the determination for how much TikTok is going to pay me? You do live every day. No, hush up, Joe. You do live every day. You do 2 videos every single day. So when you get a big fat check every month, you know, based on the level of work that you put in. Okay, but just imagine this, Chill. Imagine, chill. Watch this. Now imagine TikTok pays you the same amount of money for you to sit on your couch and scruff your beard.
That's not Kawhi or Chill's fault.
What?
That is the company agreeing.
If we had a content creator salary cap, no.
Those are the company's terms.
No, real talk.
Chill, if you don't make a video next month and they pay you, are you going to send that money back?
If there was a TikTok salary cap, real talk.
You gonna send that money back?
If there was a TikTok salary cap and TikTok said, "Hey, we can't afford to pay you this, but we're going to get Bloomingburg coffee."
Okay.
To funnel you $50,000 per month, and he doesn't even drink
get
coffee.
that money.
He doesn't even drink coffee.
Get that money.
I don't like the word.
You
funnel.
don't like the word. That's what
I
happened.
don't like the word.
That's what it was.
Funnel, tunnel, pump, dump, whatever it is, you better get that money, nigga.
Now, I don't think that's the way it was explained.
Get that money.
No, that is how. What are you talking about? He's not dumb.
Okay, first of all, we all know that when you
Swiper swear he was there when this was going down. Swiper swear he was in the room.
Hey, Ox, I know what I was there for with you. How about that? Talk about that. Talk about that. Talk about that, Ox.
Talk about it, Swiper. What you talking about?
What was y'all in the room for?
Like whenever you hear stuff like funneling, like that's not a big deal.
Chill. Why are you? But no, chill. Why are you pretending like he's like dumb or ignorant?
Funnel the money. Okay, we're gonna funnel the money through here.
It's just a synonym.
But that's what happens, though.
Kawhi Leonard is smart enough to know when you hear buzzwords like funneling,
what
stuff like that. Like,
but why would you don't have to hear the word funnel for you to know you're being paid via the owner through this offshoot company to get additional money?
I don't know ginger shots, baby.
First off, that's Cambodian breast milk, clown. That's exactly what you're drinking right now.
First of all, breast milk is a great source.
And it's also illegal because it's a substance enhancer. So exactly, that's the problem.
I'm just saying breast milk, actual breast milk is actually very
I know. You were on breast milk till you were 10, clearly, because you're 6'9". I know.
Hey, y'all make sure you take a ginger shot for Kawhi.
Hey, real talk.
I know we got. Look, there go a hater right there. Make sure y'all take a shot for Kawhi and all his haters, like Pablo Torres and Baldo right here.
Hey, I was walking up to random women in 1999.
Breastfed till you were 10.
Bro,
Wow.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I really don't.
Hey, Ox, do this for me.
That's super wild.
Hey, Ron, you remember that?
But,
I'm not gonna get involved with you more.
So now,
this is my mommy.
Since Piper brought this up, Leonard's going to be in Toronto now, so it's official.
Oh, all right. But Toronto don't do that though. Remember, Toronto refused to play along with Kawhi though. So like, they're not going to play along with him now when he asks for extra stuff. So now what?
Okay, what do you mean they're not going to play along with him?
In 2019, he made the same request from Toronto that he made of the Clippers and the Lakers. Toronto said no. Penn's even talked about this before us. Well, very well known. He said no. They said we're not doing that. You can come play here for the contract and nothing else.
Okay, and what's he going to do? Say no?
He didn't do that with the Clippers. The Clippers, that was the whole point. He like got what he wanted, so he went to the Clippers.
Okay, and he's going to Toronto now, and I think this is the last year of his deal. Swiper, he's under contract. What is he going to not? He's not going to go there.
Well, he has to. The Clippers don't want him anymore.
He has to go play there if he wants to get paid, which is what this whole thing is about. Now, the extra dough, we can still work that out.
I'm not gonna lie. One day I'm gonna skim PC.
We can still
of additional $100,000, and I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear a word.
That's not the same thing.
It is 100% the same thing. I'm gonna get paid on top of what I make. I'm gonna get funneled straight from David. I'm gonna have there's gonna be an off. Matter of fact,
you need to get that malice out your heart.
There's a Cunningham club.
And nobody's going to be mad at you.
You're not? Okay, cool. Your check's gonna go like this. Your check's gonna go like this.
Why would my check? Nobody else's check went down.
There's a salary cap at PC.
Nobody else's check went down because Kawhi made more money. Nobody. It
was the opposite because they didn't have to pay Kawhi Leonard a certain amount of money. They got additional player because they didn't have to optimize that salary cap room. That's the difference.
They should be thankful.
More people made more money.
Look at y'all, bro. Look at y'all.
Swiper, I don't understand why you're so up in arms about this.
Black people getting paid. Cool. That's all it is.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey, I love to see young blacks.
Hey, as long as I get my half acre and a mule, you know what I'm saying? I'm
40. You mean half
I ain't getting a half acre. Hey, I'm getting 3 mules and 10 acres. I don't know about y'all.
You stealing as long as I'm still being fed. Shit. You choose as long as I'm still getting paid. Ain't my business.
Shout out Kawhi, man. He did a crime and got away with it. Shout out to Kawhi.
I know for a fact, from Swiper's standpoint, I better not get a call from the Fed, Swiper, because if I got to get on the stand, your ass going to the penitentiary. I'm telling you that right now.
Why? I reported the crime. I reported the crime.
I just want to put that out there. So.
I don't believe that violent people should be able to be doing whatever they're doing. You not snitching.
I'm not. I ain't
chill. You live. No. Chill. Real talk.
I promise you.
Chill. You live in a duplex next to a duplex to another duplex that you own. If somebody walked in there and was sleeping in your duplex,
Awful.
you calling the police. If you had spotters right now living in your place, you calling the police right now. No, chill. That's why I know. Real talk. That's how I know chill. Chill's a cop.
Okay.
No. Chill. Spotters have legal rights.
Okay.
Spotters have legal rights. You can't just shoot a spotter.
Actually, the way you handle
the legal right to get your ass kicked in this house,
and then you're going to jail, and they're still living in your house,
and we both gonna be in jail.
And the way you work that out,
that's at your house.
It's very simple the way you work that out. Spotters do have,
and I'm gonna get out and kick his ass again.
But you know who has the most legal rights? The person who actually has a lease.
No, they don't.
You don't have a lease to live here. I actually have a lease to live here. So if you're here as a quote unquote spotter, now I'm going to make your life miserable.
You can't.
I 100% can. You know why?
Squatters, they take months to leave though, chill.
Okay.
Months.
Here's the reason why.
It take minutes to get your ass kicked.
Here's the reason why it won't take that long, because what I'm going to do now is make your life even more miserable.
How? I call the police on you. This is my place.
No, it's not, because
I'm saying chill. That's why the system is rigged.
When the police show up, you know what happens?
Chill. Watch this. Chill. Right now, if I showed up to your place while you weren't living here, you couldn't get me out.
So you come over. So you call the cops. The cops show up.
Could.
That's a threat.
100% can do that. So you
That's
show up. So Swiper shows up, and so Swiper calls the cops. The cops show up. I actually break the lease out. You know what the cops say? The cops say that this is a civil matter between two people. We have nothing to do with this, and they leave. And
so
now
what are you going to do?
And now it's between you and me. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to make your life miserable. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to make.
No, but I changed the. How are you going to get in my house?
Because
it's my house.
Okay, so last I checked, you are a squatter. You don't have any. You are a squatter, and as a squatter, more times than not, probably don't have a job. You probably don't have a stable income. I do, on the other hand.
Then you paying for my place?
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn the lights out. That's what I do. Now you turn the lights on. Get the lights put on in your name.
No problem.
Do that. So
sure, that's what you're supposed to do. Like in California, all you have to do is get something in your name.
Yeah,
and then you got squatter rights.
Like,
you change the lights.
Hey, chill. In certain states, it is very easy to just squat in a place.
And in California,
now how you handle that is you can't do anything about that. But what if, chill, I arrange for
Lil Ray
and them to break into your shit?
Because then you're going to jail. You're going to jail for conspiring.
I don't know Lil Ray and them.
Hey, Swiper, it's only a case.
Hey, just
first
like
off, real talk. You don't have the smarts to go get additional.
Lil Ray, hey, just so happen, Ron. There's always gonna be a window open that Lil Ray and them can go up in there and beat the brakes off them squatters.
Swiper, you gonna swipe? You'll let somebody squat in your house, Swiper?
No, but Chill lives in Florida. I have a stand my ground right. If you walk into my place now, it's going to a whole nother level.
Swiper gonna turn the other cheek.
Swiper.
We shall over.
Wait, no, Swiper. It's not. You can't like the squatter.
We do have two real enemies of progress up here.
Hold on, Swiper. The squatter can't just come in your house while you're in the house and move you out the house. But if you're not there,
exactly.
and it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like a rental property or something, and it's not there, and they move in some states, it's a lot harder to get them out. And that's not just on the West Coast. That's in the South, that's in the East, the Midwest, whatever.
Yep.
You got to go through things. But to Real Talk's point, because I'm right there with Real Talk, Swipe, are you gonna allow people to just squat in your house and make you lose income?
So let me know, because I'm gonna pull up.
No,
just because of a law?
No, see, but Chris Haynes went through this. He had a daughter that was at
and
Howard.
This was in California, right?
No, I think this was on. He lives over here, but he had a house in Washington where Howard is. He same thing as Real Talk, and y'all was like, I own this place, but then once the police confronted him and told him like,
you can't do that.
Yeah, because it's like we can. They have these rights now. It took months. I know, but it took months to get them out of there legally.
Well, no, Swiper. So in sometimes it takes years. Like California you have squatters' rights. You have squatters' rights, and so if you go about it through the legal channels, then if you go through the legal channels, then you're gonna continuously lose income. That's why.
Chill, you ain't kicking me out. That's the whole point.
That's why I understand Real Talk.
You ain't
what he's saying.
out your house. If I'm in your house, I like living in the heat. But I like living in the heat, and I don't need the lights on. I got candles. Chill. How you get me out?
All right, fellas. I don't know how we got here talking about squatters' rights.
Because you squatting in the girl's house right now, and you ain't left. It's been a year. Leave.
She don't want me to leave.
You know the African squat? You know that squat?
Oh my
She
God.
don't want me to leave. She want me to squat. But anyways, fellas.
Wow. Hey, Ron, you hitting lunges?
Hey, and you know it. But anyways,
we strayed really far from basketball today.
Let's get back to it because next week, starting Monday, August 24th, we are going to do something that I'm very excited for. I think it is going to be amazing for us to cover every single team in the NBA when we do our 30 teams in 30 days. I'm going to share this on the screen because this is actually the order of how we will be doing it. Now, I know you guys are going to ask, Ron, how did we get this order? What made you land on this? How did we get here? Essentially, we are doing it in reverse order of who won the last championships. So the Knicks are going to be the last team. Then Oklahoma City Thunder. Then the Boston Celtics, all the way getting into the teams that haven't won a championship. And when you get to the 11 teams or 9 teams, I think it's 9 teams, the 9 teams that haven't won a championship, those just got shuffled up randomly in a random order. But this is the order of the teams. You can see it on the calendar right here on the screen. We will be starting with the Phoenix Suns. And I actually made that executive call. Mars, I did this for you. Your glorious Suns will be the first team that we kick off the 30 teams in 30 days with. Let me zoom in on this. And the beautiful part about this whole thing is we will be getting select content creators, select NBA media members, if they accept our invitation, and people that cover these teams specifically to come on the show for those episodes. So, chat, what we need you guys to do, everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching, go to our social media post and let us know with each of these teams, what creators do you guys want us to bring onto the panel? We will reach out to them if they accept our invitation. We will happily have them on. But you guys got to let us know week 1 when we talk about the Suns, when we talk about the Jazz, when we talk about the Clippers, when we talk about the Nets, and when we talk about the Pacers. Who do you want that covers these teams to come on the panel? I will definitely reach out to Pablo Torres and see if he will come on for the Clippers episode. But you guys let me know who you guys specifically want us on. This is week 1. We have, once again, the Phoenix Suns, Utah Jazz, Los Angeles Clippers, Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers. Week 2, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves, Orlando Magic, Charlotte Hornets, Memphis Grizzlies, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Week 3, starting the week off with the Sacramento Kings. Nah. But then we got the Atlanta Hawks, Portland Trail Blazers, Washington Wizards. We end the week on a high note with the Philadelphia 76ers. Starts bad, ends amazing. Week 4, Houston Rockets, Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons, Dallas Mavericks, Miami Heat. Week 5, day 21, San Antonio Spurs, Cleveland Cavaliers, Toronto Raptors, Los Angeles Lakers, and the Milwaukee Bucks. And last but not least, week 6, we have the Golden State Warriors, Denver Nuggets, Boston Celtics, OKC Thunder. And day 30 on October 2nd, we will end with the New York Knicks. Fellas, comments, thoughts on this 30 teams in 30 days?
Love it.
A long time.
Yeah, get to the bottom of
a long time.
Who's going to be
fun.
good, who's going to be garbage.
To get some actual experts in here to talk about their individual team.
Found something that can take up a large period of time. WPC.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, y'all. It's gonna be fun. Deep dive in on every team. Talk about off-season moves. Talk about expectations.
Are you hosting all those shows, Ron?
No, you will be hosting them.
Well, it's probably gonna go smoother. So, like, just let me know.
Psych.
Yeah. We'll get to the teams. We'll get to the teams.
But
hey, what did you think about who had the best dribble package in 2014 among these players?
Well, anyways, y'all.
Speaking of next time, thank you.
Speaking of hosting, we have a lot of super chats. So let's go ahead and dive into these. We've talked about all type of stuff today, from rap to squatting rights to finals MVPs and regular MVPs. So let's go ahead and see what the people got to say about what we had to say so far in this episode. First off, I do want to shout out everybody that's liked the video, commented, subscribed, and all of that good stuff. And before we get there, yo, Jay, what's good?
What up?
Haven't heard too much from you this episode. Sorry, like you jumped in and we was in the midst of a bunch of stuff. Is there anything that you want to talk about or anything that you need to say or get off your chest?
No, we cleared through squatters' rights. We got through. I thought the Steve Nash point that you was making was ridiculous, but you know, you're gonna yell that. I'm not gonna yell at you twice. That'd be rude.
Okay,
let's go for it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, blunt powder.
You got Steve Nash better than Brunson, right?
Why would I have that?
Okay, then so it's not ridiculous. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
Blunt powder sent through $19.99 and said, we got to talk about that Paige and CC matchup. A masterclass game. Also, shout out to Angel Reese for smoking the easiest game-winning putback of all time. She got to work on her finishing immediately.
I don't get it, yo. I'm trying to make sense of her. Like, she can make free throws, but she can't make layups consistently. I don't get that.
That doesn't make my mouth quiet on Angel Reese for good reason.
That doesn't make much sense to me. Like I'm watching her get to the free throw line and she's knocking down free throws, but she gets the ball off the glass, point blank. I ain't even talking about the layup she smoked last night. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about her getting the ball off the glass a number of different times, point blank range, or her Alicia Gray hitting her, diving to the rim, point blank range, and she can't make layups, but she can make free throws. I'm trying to make.
She doesn't have good control. That's why when she's in the air, she doesn't have good control of her body.
I work with so I got these three girls I'm working with right now, like consistently, that come in together mostly, and two of them are freshmen and one of them's 8th grade. They're like 14 and 15, and we're just working on staying on balance.
Yeah,
being on balance, being in control, taking your time, playing off of 2 feet. So this particular group, that's what we're working on. Yep. You know, because one of them's going to be playing varsity next year. The other one probably play JV. But it's just like this all summer I was watching them and they were just rushing, getting the ball, just throwing it. I'm like, no. You're big enough. You got time to take your time and get on balance and play off of 2 feet. Because like you don't have to worry about somebody blocking your shot really if you're going to take time, be strong, go into the contact and just go up. It's just not. She's very rarely on balance. Chill. She's leaning over a lot, falling a lot, and you know I know she has trainers that are at a higher level than I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to tell her how to play basketball. It's just that from what I see, it looks like she's just not on balance enough. Yeah. You know, it's just play. It's really that simple. It's just, to me, I don't think it's really that big. You know, that deep. It's just get on balance.
And some of the times too, you can see she's trying to get calls, and that's why, like, because she's, you know, she can shoot free throws. She's trying to get calls, like, you know, when she's off balance line, she's kind of just throwing.
Yeah, I do think she kind of like focuses somewhat on trying to get a foul and one than just laying the ball up.
Right.
Because it's hard for me to believe that she leverages herself and her lower body so well to get in position to rebound that there can't be a lack of strength and balance there. Otherwise, she wouldn't be the rebounder that she is.
Y'all want to know why she missed that layup?
She don't have good control in the air though.
She said y'all would have pussyfoot around it. Y'all want to know why she missed that layup?
Go ahead, get your shit off.
Hey, because that belt was on her. That's why.
Yeah.
What belt was on her, Ron?
That CC belt. Hey, that Coach belt. That Chanel belt. That double C's belt.
Didn't she have like 13 rebounds yesterday? Something like that.
She had 14.
Yeah, like what are you talking about, Ron? She was a glass.
She still got built.
And then and not only did she have 13 rebounds,
I don't understand the significance.
Yeah, and she had like 5 offensive rebounds last night, yesterday afternoon, something like that.
She had 15, 14, and 6.
Yeah, so
and Caitlin Clark put belt on her.
Okay, Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark was
just Caitlin. You have a thing about these best player just automatically is carrying.
I never said other people got busy. We didn't bring up Alicia Gray. She had the best game.
She was going crazy.
Okay, she had the best game.
She's great at
she did. Or for the dream. Yeah.
I definitely love that about her. I'd like to see Leah Boston. She's starting to remind me of Joel Embiid standing at that long ball line. If she can get to that box a little bit more and make herself more space, I think she'd be a lot better. And I don't like her going to her weekend more than I do like her going to her strong hand. But
I
like
agree. But Aaliyah Boston is leading the W in 3-point percentage. Like that has
which is great. I think that's great. Last night,
we didn't say that when DeMontis was leading the league in 3-point percentage.
Yes.
When was he doing that?
Or Jokic.
Like 2024, maybe.
I didn't know that.
25. It was
he
his
shoots
last
more than
season.
one a game. That's for
It was
sure.
25.
Yeah, I believe so.
She shoots more than one a game, but I guess.
But even still,
The Monsters was shooting 2 a game. He was shooting 2 a game.
Yesterday afternoon.
He's a hater. Don't waste your breath on him.
Yeah, you're not getting that shit off. Yeah.
I just think yesterday afternoon. I think yesterday afternoon was an example of her being able. If she could have played more around the rim, I think she would have been better. Yesterday afternoon, I think that was the game for her to be better. It was a lot more open space. There was a stretch that we had. It was her, Alicia, not Alicia. I'm sorry. So yeah, Aaliyah was at the 3-point line. Mitchell was at the break, and Caitlin Clark was dribbling the ball out the corner, and the box was wide open. And I'm watching Aaliyah, and I'm going, you dive to the box. Caitlin is going to hit her, and that's a bucket. Meanwhile, she's standing at the long ball line.
But sure, that happened multiple times over
He's
the
never
game,
led the league in 3-point percentage, by the way. That's never happened.
He was leading at one point, and then it
At
died.
one point, but
Just like Alex Saul was leading the league in blocks last year at one point. That was going on.
Exactly.
Shout out Alex R.
I mean, that's still impressive while it's happening, though. Like even if it was over 40 games, it was still impressive. If DeMontis led the league in 3-point shooting over 30 games,
it was for
still
most
impressive.
of the season. It was for a majority of the season.
And I don't want to. And what I don't want to do, Ox, is I don't want to relegate Aaliyah Boston to the box. I don't want to just play on the box. But what I do want is I want her to be a situational player. I want her to be more aware. And I think yesterday afternoon, her being on the box more, I think that would have made. I think that game would have been a lot further along than what it was. Like they could have handled them yesterday.
They put Aaliyah on the box, but I just think a core principle of their offense is being as 5 out as possible. You know what I'm saying? That just because that means that as soon as I beat one person off the dribble, there's nobody else in the paint. I can get a good look at the rim. But and she does a great job of in dribble handoff situations. She's one of the best DHO bigs in the league. She can pass as well. That does open up her passing angles and stuff. So like. I don't really think as good as I think she is on the box, I still think that she's very useful in the ways that they use her still because she's a very skilled big.
Yeah, I agree.
Aaliyah Boston is also not leading the league in 3-point percentage.
You're lying.
In fact, she's third on her own team.
Who said she was?
Real talk.
Mr.
Well, she just dropped. She just dropped because of this game. She just dropped because of this game. Before the game, she was leading. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh wow!
And I'm sure there's a threshold of attempts to meet as well in that stat.
I mean, well, Sophie Cunningham shoots more than her and is shooting a higher percentage. Kelsey Mitchell shoots more than her and is shooting a higher percentage.
What is the percentage?
Please don't.
Aaliyah Boston is at 43.2. Kelsey Mitchell is at 43.7, and Sophie Cunningham is at 44.5.
Yeah, just dropped this past game because she was a brick.
Yeah, Sophie Cunningham is at 44.5. Let's see who else is above her who's played some serious games. That actually, funny enough, Indiana has the top 3 based on people who have played substantial games. But yeah, was not first. So
shout out Caitlin Clark making him shoot better. You know, it's just
that. No, stop.
It's just when she just has that type of superpower. Where you just your teammates are automatically better. You know, almost reminds me of a certain guy in 2005. She just has. I don't know. It's just something in the veins.
But it's cool.
Hey, but I do want to say this though. Like in all seriousness about Caitlin Clark, she has now re-entered the MVP race. She probably won't get it, but you know what's going to be more impressive than her getting the MVP that she's not going to get? Her getting the finals MVP. That's going to be so much more impressive and so much better. So y'all just stick around and just wait and see. It's going to be a beautiful time. Andrew Johnson sits through.
Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell for hitting the game-tying shot, running to the right corner, hitting Alicia Gray with their full speed, stop on the dime, bink, pull up 3, and then the go-ahead basket to put the game to make it a 5-point game, so a 2-possession game in the isolation. You know, to close out a game, you give the ball to your best player and you get out the way. But go ahead.
Good job, Kelsey.
Sophie Cunningham, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell all shoot better from 3 without Caitlin on the court.
So how?
Because she's on the bench encouraging him.
Stupid or
I didn't say she had to be on the court. I'm saying it's her encouragement, you know. But Andrew Johnson sent through $10 and said Brunson in 2026 did what Magic did in 1980. Still the finals MVP from the more deserving player because they played great in the final game of the series.
It's not the same
not
as
remotely
that.
the same.
Yeah, it's not the same as that. Magic's was a travesty, but it's not the same as that. Even though I do think through 4 games.
Yeah, Brunson, he
wouldn't have won.
Yeah, he won people over in game 5, as he should. Shout out to him. But
he won me over in game 4. And game 4, but I hear y'all.
I mean, no, it was still going to be OG going if Brunson didn't have that game. But shout out.
Jay, who do you think?
Well, OG should have had a good game 5 then. It was still an OG hands. But
OG made the best shot in basketball in finals history. Shout out to Ray Allen.
You said that at the time as well. I remember.
Okay, Ox, I'm with that. Yeah, I'm with that.
What?
I'm with that. Yes,
chill. We gotta move on.
We don't need the most meaningful shot in basketball history. Yeah,
we spoke about like the difficulty, the fact that like he's up there, he's got to control it, and difficult.
The timing of that jump too.
And he inbound the ball, so he has to sprint from the end.
Wow, how was that
shot? That dumb shot, yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember.
If he shot that, if
that was a terrible shot.
If
OG could have made that.
If OG had
going in
5 times, how many times would he make that tip? If he tipped it
all 5 times.
No.
Yeah, based on the way that series was going, shit, nah.
Not a lot, chill. And Ray Allen knocks that shot down a lot more often than OG would knock. That tip, like the timing of it, the athleticism, to be able to control it, put it in, like that's chill. You know, I know for a fact, chill, that you used to chase tip dunks.
I did.
I know you used to chase tip dunks. Like as soon as we realize, oh shit, I could, you're chasing that. And so it's about the ball coming off at the right, you got a radius. Like the ball being in your radius on your tip dunk, you timing your tip dunk, the ball getting the right bounce. Like that, like I told y'all before, that's God. You know what I'm saying? Like allowing that to happen. On top of physics, on top of OG going to get it. Ray Allen's shot, now that's super difficult, but it's not as difficult as that.
Yeah, that was a great tip.
All right, the next super chat I got is from
always the Atlanta
niggas.
I got a $9.99
Derek White got one
super
that
chat.
Was just as impressive too, but whatever.
Not just from Trey Stu 2. And Trey sent this before we actually had our discussion about this. He sent this early in the show. Trey said MVP and someone who leads their team to the finals and wins finals MVP has a similar value to me. For example, Iggy Finals MVP is different because he didn't lead his team to the finals and clearly wasn't the best player in the offs.
Wait a minute. Someone who leads his team to the finals and wins the finals MVP is similar? Is that what he just said?
Similar to the league MVP, yeah. It's basically they're comparable to him. I don't know if we have to move on, but I wanted to go through the years and then compare the MVP to the best player on the championship team.
Let's do it.
And I wanted to ask you guys which one holds more weight for that season, in you guys' opinion. Not who the better player is.
I like this.
Just which one holds more weight to you guys.
Yeah, I could have.
So 2000, you got Shaq wins both. Which one holds more weight? His finals MVP or his MVP?
Finals MVP.
For me, it's the MVP.
I guess.
01.
Wait, real quick, Mars, because I think we're also overlooking, because you said earlier that the 6-game sample size, meaning your finals MVP, right? For guys like Shaq, like let's say Shaq, if he didn't win that MVP, guys like Shaq, it's not just the 6-game sample size. It's the regular season putting your team in position to whatever seed you're going to be in the finals or the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just those six games or 7 or 4 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I just think we should take into account that too. Like Shaq's finals MVP is actually his MVP regular season plus
how good he was.
What would have held to Mars's point, because we're going to run this down, because the next one, Mars, what do you think would have held more weight? Iverson winning the league MVP that year or him winning the NBA championship and winning the finals?
narrative.
I mean, more weight would have been a championship.
Yeah. For Iverson, the finals.
That means
sure.
you beat the 0-1 Lakers. Yes. But realistic. But which one holds more weight? Shaq's 0-1 or Iverson's 0-1?
I think Iverson in 0-1.
Which ring? Which like MVP?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Iverson was such a
which season, which run, like all of it. Just who holds more weight? Shaq was the Finals MVP. Did what he did with the Lakers. Iverson was the league MVP. Did what he did with Philly. Which one holds more weight to you guys?
Shaq. I'm Iverson. I'm gonna go
I mean, culturally, it was AI at the time. It felt like.
I'm gonna say Shaq because of the fact that it's really difficult to repeat.
That's fair.
0-2 Duncan was the regular season MVP. Shaq was the Finals MVP. Which one holds more weight?
Give it to Shaq.
Then I'll go Shaq because now you've three-peated. So that's kind of like historic.
In 03, Duncan won both. So I guess the Finals MVP holds more weight than his second MVP.
Because of the road traveled, I would say.
04 was Kevin Garnett and whoever you want to say on the Pistons, but Chauncey was the Finals MVP. So
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, KG. That was just crazy.
I mean, I feel like that's a similar argument with some of these other ones, though, because Chauncey was like really good in the regular season, very good in the playoffs, and then just totally elite in the finals versus the team that was widely favored to win that series. So
didn't Garnett? No, I thought I don't know why I thought Garnett finished higher in 04 in Defensive Player of the Year than he did. Didn't he finish like he was either like fifth? Right? Yeah, he was something. Wasn't he something? I don't know why I thought he finished like fifth or sixth. Or fifth or sixth or something like that. I
feel like if we go back to that series, though, Chauncey was like so damn good in that playoffs.
But KG was so good all year. Like
he was. Yeah, he was incredible.
Crazy.
Yeah.
05.
I got Chauncey, by the way.
Of course,
that was a crazy run.
05 is Duncan versus Steve Nash.
Duncan.
06 is Nash and D Wade.
Is it Duncan because he was a better player, or is it Duncan because he did more?
Both. I just think both. Salute to Manu. I know that's your Manu year.
Because we clear, Shaq was better than Iverson in 2001, but Iverson did win the league MVP that year. So, is it because Steve Nash isn't better than Duncan, or? Because I'm having a difficult time considering what Phoenix was doing.
05 is one of the best playoff defenses ever, correct?
From the San Antonio Spurs?
I'm not sure.
And from the Detroit Pistons, they basically brought back the whole crew from the year before. And they was in a 7-game dogfight with them. And Duncan...
No, 05 is just a regular good playoff defense.
Which one is it 04?
Well, 04 was the all-time regular season defense. I don't know if it was an all-time playoff defense. But
Duncan was the best player on that team. He had a difficult time with that Detroit team. He did. He had a very difficult time.
Everybody had a difficult time with that team.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay quiet on that one.
And then about Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili did not have a difficult
I think
time.
both of them are bad in Tim Duncan. So it is what it is. But
in 05?
Yes. In 06, Nash and Wade is Wade, right?
Yeah, clearly.
07 is Dirk and Tony. Do I just stick with Tim Duncan or do you want me to say Tony Parker?
It's Dirk, regardless of who you say, so it doesn't matter.
Who was more?
Dirk or the Spurs, whoever you want to attribute the ring to.
I mean,
Dirk because nobody was really like.
Wow.
Remember, Dirk went outside that year as well.
He did.
Sorry, Lars, I don't mean to interrupt, but we just got NBA news. NBA and the spokesperson Mike Bass says that ESPN's article regarding the LA Clippers investigation, for which the NBA declined to cooperate, contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results of this matter would be made clear once the investigation concludes. So
the NBA
ESPN article
decided not to cooperate. Is that what I just heard?
No, it says the ESPN's article regarding the LA Clippers and investigation. So meaning the NBA declined to cooperate. So like they didn't in the ESPN article apparently. So the ESPN article contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results in this matter will be made clear once the investigation is concluded. So the ESPN article was basically total trash.
Somebody doing their job over there.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. You didn't hear that from us. So whatever they wrote is some nonsense because you didn't hear that from us.
That's why y'all need to watch PC. All right,
this brother is starving.
That's why y'all need to come over here.
This brother is starving.
I'm gonna say Mars. I'm gonna say what Tony Parker did during that finals run. I think was nothing short of fantastic. The fact that Dirk they got busy in that regular season. I mean, to win 67 games, it's just unfortunate that they ran into that Warriors team. I'm gonna go with what Dirk did.
Yeah, Dirk was crazy.
08 was Kobe or whoever on the Celtics. Yeah,
Kobe.
if you think of Paul Pierce, you think of KG, whoever. Okay, Kobe. 09.
Well, here's the thing, Mars. Really quickly, Mars, and I want to move on. They was doing everything that they could in 2008 to give that league MVP to Chris Paul. They did not want to give it to Kobe Bryant. They were doing everything that they could to keep him out of that, which is some nonsense because he deserved it that year. He had a fantastic year.
Yeah, he was nuts.
I think they won 65 games that year.
Yeah, something like that.
He was fantastic. I think what Bryant did was more impressive than what Paul Pierce did.
Kevin Garnett was third in MVP that year. But,
by the way,
09, Bron or Kobe?
Kobe.
Same for 2020 as well, by the way. So 09 and 10, same thing.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm going both Kobe's because those chips mean, I won without Shaq, which to me, going back to just the premise of the conversation, to me, it was more important for Kobe to win championships without Shaq than to win.
Well, he didn't win yet. He only won. You talking about 09? I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I'm going Kobe, both of those.
I had said James, but
it's tough. It's about as tough as it's gonna get.
Derrick Rose or Dirk?
Come on. Yo, come on.
Dirk.
Just going
Ron, did you have the Bulls being that good that year?
Nah.
Right. So why are we just coming on? Like, come on.
Because that is the greatest finals run ever.
Actually, it's not, but even still, right?
But if I made the argument, you could push back. But once again, like if I make the argument, I can make I can make an astute argument that that's the greatest finals run ever.
So can I use the same argument? Can I use the same logic with what Derrick Rose did with that Bulls team?
What about it?
Did anybody have them winning 60 games that year, man, at the top of the Eastern Conference, considering that the James, Wade, and Bossa just got together?
Chill. His little 25 points and
little
6
assists.
That did not stack up to what Dirk did in that postseason run. It just did not. I knock off KD and them, I knock off Kobe and them, and then I go knock off LeBron and them. Come on, it is a gap. A significant gap between what Derrick Rose did in the regular season, with all due respect.
And Derrick Rose never should have got that MVP.
And what Dirk Nowitzki did in that finals run.
Yeah, clear gap, massive.
Amari Stoudemire, right?
I mean, y'all know where I stand on that. Like,
Shout out to Hall of Fame.
Amari, Bron. I don't understand how D Rose won that MVP. That's what I'm saying.
I don't either. It's terrible.
It's not hard to understand. 12 and 13 is Bron for all of them. So
yeah, shout out Bron.
What holds more weight? His regular seasons, his playoff runs.
His first ring.
I think that in this particular situation,
second ring.
I think
first ring, second ring, second ring,
first the postseason, because we had seen him win the league MVP multiple times at that point. So we had seen that. We had seen that level, even though he was at a different level, but we had seen James be that awesome. For him to win the NBA championship and actually complete it, I think that held a little bit more weight. And then to stay consistent with my logic when it comes to Shaq, to do it again in back-to-back seasons, I think the postseason run, even though wasn't he something goofy as hell, like 55, 40, that season shooting like close to 60% from the floor. He was awesome that regular season. And the Heat ended up winning like 28 straight games. I'm gonna say the postseason off the strength that they won it in back-to-back years. But that regular season was pretty impressive.
2014 is KD or whoever on the Spurs.
Leonard?
KD.
If you think it's Kawhi, if you think it's Tony Parker, if you think it's Duncan.
It's KD.
I'm gonna give that one to KD.
Didn't KD average like 31 or 32 a game that year? Something goofy like that?
Crazy efficiency.
It's hard as hell on a Tuesday.
2015. 2015 is really just Steph for both, but I guess I have to say Steph for Iguodala.
They got that wrong. I'm going to take Curry. And Curry in the regular season.
Ron, don't be.
Well, hold on, wait. How good was Andre Iguodala in the finals? Like, not in relation to Steph. We're just looking directly.
Just so we clear, Ron.
He did.
Steve Kerr inserted him
in the series. He was the third best player in the series.
Steve Kerr, he wasn't starting. Steve Kerr inserted him into the starting lineup later on in the series.
Mars, where do you rank the players in the series?
Bron, Steph, Iguodala.
This one's close because for Iguodala to up his output to be the third best player in the series, if going into that series, if I would have told you guys that Andre Iguodala would be the third best, or if we would just rank who we think would be the most impactful players in the series, nobody would have had Andre Iguodala third. It would have been Clay, it would have been Draymond, it would have been Kyrie, it would have been Kevin Love. For him to play to supersede the level he was at, to jump up to that speaks volumes.
Clay was mid. Dre was good defensively, but mid offensively, and then it was Deladova and Timothy Mozgov are like the other two that Bron had. That would have been his wings in that run. So I think that's just kind of like, yeah, Iggy did. He may have been the third best player, but it was also just kind of like very much by default and who was on the floor and how some of the other Warriors were playing at that time.
Well, that kind of goes to the point. He outplayed his teammates.
Yeah, and I think that's.
Just not the one who was on his team who should have found his head. Shout out to Andre Iguodala. 2016 is Steph and Bron.
Well, Steph. Yeah. Bron. It might be Bron, bro. Yeah, Bron. That was crazy.
Steph that was the greatest regular season we've ever seen.
I know, but Bron winning, coming back 3-1.
This is the best team ever.
Oh, that is a 3-1 comeback.
This is the one that made me the GOAT,
Yeah.
This one's real tough. Bron's 2016 finals run or Steph's unanimous MVP in 2016?
It is close, though. It is close because they're.
Well, wait, but real talk. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. There is no argument to be made that Bron and Kyrie and his team did not pull off a 3-1 comeback. That is an objective fact. And it was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen on a basketball court. But
yeah, Jay, your man had
there has been arguments made that
stop the bullshit.
Other guys played at that level just like Steph.
What happened, Jay? What happened to your man, Jay? What happened to your man, Jay?
I'm not arguing with you. It was just crazy to say that.
I'm just saying, real talk. I'm just saying.
That was crazy.
The only people on the earth that I've heard make an argument for that,
and then say, "Oh, well, people make the argument." Meanwhile, it's you making the argument.
Yeah, you and Chill and all. You know what's funny? Kawhi Leonard not only should have won MVP over 2016 isn't even an argument. He's also not even MVP over 15 Steph Curry MVP. Yes, he's not better than 2015.
Okay, that's fine. Real talk. That's not even my point. I'm not trying to make that argument right now. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. No, I'm not. No, I ain't
talking about you. I'm talking about real talk. Yes, he is.
Oh, okay, yeah, but real talk. I'm not trying to make that argument. I don't want to go into that. I know how y'all feel. I know it's crazy for me to even insinuate that. I know Chill is a nutcase for even insinuating that. I know, okay, I know. But what I'm saying is it's objective and subjective. I know we got some guys up here that use that word objective, and it's not always objective.
Like who? Put a name on.
Like Swiper.
Yeah. Oh,
but in this instance right now, LeBron did what he did.
Objectively, the investigation is not over, and Kawhi might be cooked. How about that?
It's objective.
Objectively, you and Pablo need to find something else to do.
Steph 2016 is as close to objective as you can get. There are always going to be oxes and chills out there who are going to deny reality.
And there are definitely they exist.
He's just a hater. So he just.
I'm not a Steph hater.
No, I'm not talking about you, Ox. Chill is mad that Steph Curry was unanimous. He felt like other players, like his GOAT LeBron, should have been unanimous. So he just wants to throw in a vote for somebody just so Steph is.
No, Chill made it clear last week that that's not what he's doing.
That's not the case. Yeah, Chill said that's not the case.
He made it clear that he thinks Kawhi played to that level.
He said
I
that's
think so as
not the
well.
case, because I said the same thing. I said that verbatim, and he said that's not the case. He just thinks Kawhi was the MVP.
But on the flip side to that, though,
Hey, yo,
really quickly, Ron,
fellas, we gotta move on.
Really quickly, Ron. But on the flip side to that, you can't really argue when he got all the votes. I can't get some of the votes or most of the votes.
That is true.
He got all the votes. So, I mean, that's an objective fact. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
All right. The next super chat. And Mars, we had to cut that short, but
yeah, that's fine.
We got the gist. We got up to probably the toughest battle in 2016 between the MVP and Finals MVP.
What's funny about that is Steph being that good in 16 is what makes Bron's finals the winner.
If only Steph was that good in the playoffs. If only Steph was that good in the playoff once. By the way, of that era. But
hey, but real talk. That's why I felt that way.
That first half of Game 1 against Houston in the first round.
Shots.
Hey, real talk. That's why I felt that's why I went with Paul Pierce in 2008, because he actually beat the MVP in the finals. So I added that layer in there too.
Hey, it was a 38-point blowout to blow that series out. That was crazy.
I don't care what y'all did against Vlade Radmanovic and them. Congrats.
All right,
that ass, boy.
Cracking Tails said everyone but Chill, because I know if JT won the MVP and then Jaylen Brown still won the Finals MVP and Eastern Conference Finals MVP that championship year, who would have more value?
It doesn't matter. The world hates Jaylen Brown. So
yeah. And to live up to that, Jason Tatum won nothing that year, and I still value what he did more in 24 than Jaylen Brown did.
See
what
I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out GT.
All right, Be True 23 sent through $9.99 and said 1998. It's dark and hell is hot.
Hey, shout out Damien. Shout out talking to Damien, the alter ego. I love that album, man.
It's the devil.
Now it was a good album. Great album.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I feel you. I fuck with the album. Trust me.
I mean, hey, knowing you, Ox, hey, all sure
you the one up. You the one up here talking about shout out to the devil. Like, I didn't
shout out to the album. Ox, you ain't never had. Man, never mind.
No, I've never had a conversation with the devil. No.
Yes, you have. You just didn't know it.
No, I haven't.
I promise you have, Ox.
Ox, 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Swipe it. Well, that's different. That's different.
3 a.m. 3 a.m. Cinnamon. Cinnamon's whispering in your ear.
Soul out shit. But
hey, big Ox.
See, swiping the type to turn the other cheek to the devil, not me.
Oh my God.
All right. Andrew Johnson sent through $20 and said, I understand what KD was saying. MVP stamps you as a top 3 to top 1 player in most cases. Giannis, Bron, Kobe, Jokic, while Finals MVP doesn't give you as big of a bump. The disrespect of Jaylen Brown and Brunson is barely top 10.
Well, that's not. Yeah, I mean, a Finals MVP is cool, but like we also watched a lot of these series. Like they're just relative to other players. They're also not great Finals MVP season. Jaylen Brown's and Jason Tatum was not a great Finals MVP battle. Like it was okay, but it doesn't take away from what they did either.
If we were to rank every MVP winner and every Finals MVP winner, all in like top to bottom, I'm fairly sure the bottom group would have more Finals MVPs than MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I was trying to get across earlier, but I was too busy shouting. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Shout out to shouting on the panel.
Mars out of character shouting on here. Hold on.
Yeah, shame on me. It's because I started off the episode getting cooked because I didn't watch the segment.
That's crazy. And Mars criticized people who do that all the time, but it's okay. We get it.
Man, I looked it up. I said I searched up the quote. I went onto the fucking website that had it. I read the quote, and all they had to do was include the question that was asked. Nah, they didn't include the question. So I have to bring up the clip. 2 seconds into the clip. That's all the context I needed. But you know,
Mars, you read the summary. Tell the truth. You read
the summary.
Tell the truth, Mars.
I read the quote. You heard me read the whole quote. They just decided to omit the question he was asked. And also, shame on Kevin Durant, by the way, for saying there's only one every year, when the question he was asked was being the guy on the championship team. There's only one of them every year too. So shame on you, Kevin Durant, because
to Chill's point, he was loaded.
To understanding a different question. So shame on you, Mr. Durant. Shame on you.
Well, I mean, Mars, let certain people tell it was two guys on this championship team this year. So
shame on Kevin
Durant. 3, actually.
Oh, yeah.
3. Don't forget about Cat.
Facts. Whoa.
Ron, you said yourself that OG and Cat might win Finals MVP. K-Dot caught you in 4K and on the episode that he pulled up. That you said the same thing.
Just because I said they might win Finals.
No, you said no. That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
Andre Iguodala won Finals MVP. Who was the man on the team?
Run the tape. Run the tape.
We had the clip that said, "Who do we think is going to win Finals?" I was there. We said, "Who do we think is going to win Finals MVP?"
And you said OG or Cat.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah,
twerking. Look at that. Twerking.
You said this is my prediction. Right? You didn't say they might win.
Clapping.
Predicted that.
Whenever Ron gets that stink face on, you know he got cooked.
Sure.
I mean, things can sway, and because the series was so short, because the Spurs wasn't on shit. Like,
here go real talk tap dancing now. Here you go.
How am I tap dancing? You be so ready to try to go back and forth with me. You don't even listen to what I be saying.
Real talk, you do the same thing.
I don't like that you be revisionist,
but I'm good at it.
That you be revisionist and you say, "Oh, because the shit was so short because the Spurs couldn't do nothing." Because halfway through game 2, he was not saying that.
Don't let football come up here. Real talk. Start talking about his bald head.
The series was
during the games you were not saying
series. That's what it was.
I'm saying it's okay for the opinion to switch towards Jalen Brunson due to what he did and those.
But Ron said he carried though.
Closing out the series.
Ron said he carried.
Once again, the word carried. I shouldn't have said the word carried. I should have said led.
And then you took
backpack. I should have said led.
You said backpack, right?
Okay, I shouldn't have said backpack. I should have said lead.
Damn, how many word omissions do you get?
I should have said lead. Damn. I know if somebody says a word that's slightly out of place, I know you guys are gonna go crazy every single time. Oh, it wasn't that, or it wasn't that. Y'all get what I'm saying.
I know. I think the use of the word carries is very relevant to the conversation.
Oh, okay, for sure. But y'all got what I was saying.
Words mean things. If you
I understand. Words do mean things. Like every single word has a meaning. But also when you put together a culmination of words and you're explaining something, there also is an overall meaning. Y'all got the gist of what I was saying.
Carry is a defining word to your statement.
Yeah, I just don't think Jalen Brunson followed the logic of the gist he was pushing. I understood where he was going with that.
You're wrong, Ron. Just say you're wrong. Say it with me.
I'm not wrong. Jalen Brunson led the New York Knicks.
No, you said wait.
Carry. All right. Okay, Swiper. Let me ask Jay a question. Jay, who was the leader of this finals run?
Okay.
Why'd you ask me though?
No, because you're the Knicks fan. You're the Knicks fan. Who's the leader of the?
Who backpack?
No, not backpacked. Who led this finals team?
Jalen Brunson, man.
It wasn't impressive.
It was beyond impressive. One of the greatest things I ever seen from an individual.
Okay, so that's the point I'm making.
Jay has spent his life in poverty and then gets a chicken fried steak. A chicken fried steak. That's not that's too much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not the same thing.
You're talking about your basketball.
Yeah, you had chicken fried steak. It's still not steak. He just said better than everything he's ever seen. He had a McDonald's burger.
And by the way, I still think Jalen Brunson was much better than Cat.
What?
But I mean, you guys feel how you feel. Swiper, I know.
I
you
think you be gassing that Cat shit a little.
No,
bit.
I had the conversation every series. Brought y'all all the numbers and the plays, mind you, and the plays. I told you the plays.
But Brunson in some of those series, you talk about Cat in some of these series. Like Cat was definitively better than Brunson, and I
think he was the most important player.
He wasn't better to me. The only series Cat was like for sure better than Brunson was the Hawks. But
76ers, he was better. 76ers, he was better. Respect.
Brunson was fantastic.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
and Brunson was
the hub.
Probably his best series, wire to wire.
Yeah, Cat was the best hub. Yeah, respect.
But that doesn't mean that. But
no, I'm not trying to debate. Like Brunson was still really good, and in the conference.
Oh, now you're not trying to debate.
No, well, I'm not trying to down talk Brunson. I'm trying to say this is what happened at the time. Cat and OG were getting a lot of love for Finals MVP, and Cat was getting a lot of love. And I said this, by the way, during the run. I thought Cat was the best player on the team. So it's not like I'm making stuff up. This is what I said then.
You did say that.
Yabba yabba yabba. Listen to me talk.
crack. Smoke.
Yeah. I'm
Cat didn't even play that much in the
hosting for dummies.
Cat didn't even play that much.
Hosting for dummies.
If we go back and
they were winning by 298 points every
they smoked.
Yeah, they were.
They just straight smoked.
Cat had a great defensive run too. Like I'm just like he was great. He was really good on Wemby for a lot of the series too. Like he was just really shout out.
I think that what Jalen Brunson did against the drop coverage against Philly.
Wemby was doing all this to who Mars? What was his name? Mitchell Robinson talking about I'm in his head. I'm in his head, and then he went to the line. Break.
Yeah, that was bad, man. Shout out to Wemby. God damn.
Yeah.
You tell me you do that in the finals and you think you don't deserve to get egged?
Hey, that's why I'm having such a difficult time with the logic that now, because I hear this every time that I had
they go to you.
Now all of a sudden, because what Philly did in the offseason, the Knicks don't have a chance. Like the Knicks are going to
Robinson.
The Knicks are going to get.
They got Andre Drummond. They're good.
Yeah, the Knicks are going to get smoked. I'm like,
they're good.
What is going on?
Who said that?
Who's saying that?
Yeah,
point me in that direction.
I've never heard that.
The Knicks. I think the Knicks would wash the 76ers.
I think they smoked them.
They're going to smoke the 76ers.
I think they smoked them.
I got Philly, but the Knicks is still like
they're the favorites.
No, well, the Knicks aren't the favorites.
I don't necessarily think so.
Ron got Philly. I have more faith in the Knicks.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, Ron. The Pacers are going to be our team next year on PC. Everybody's like, damn.
You been paying my bills, Ron. You know what this is.
They're back.
Swipe. I bet you they not.
Not back. What do you mean not back? Not back in what way? Not back in what way?
The Indiana Pacers not going to be there. And
be what?
The team I'm.
They might not think they're going to be Swiper.
They're not going to be that
good.
No, what do you mean that? But what be what? Real talk to specifically.
Please don't say Orlando.
I don't think they're going to be the upper echelon of the East next year.
Orlando's better than Indiana.
What are you saying? Top 5 seed? That what you're saying?
That's fine.
No, I'm saying like a
is
real
Orlando
championship
better than
contender. Like,
well, what does that mean though?
I'm saying up there with like a New York level team.
Well, who's up there with New York? They're better than
I'm about to tell you. You let me finish.
OKC and San Antonio.
In the East, just in the East.
I think who I'm going to have coming out the East. This is early. If healthy,
he's going to change his pick.
Funny enough, are the Raptors. I think Scotty and Kawhi.
All right.
Hey,
real talk right here. Real talk. Pacers, Raptors right now.
Oh yeah, the Raptors. If healthy.
They don't even got a center. You know what you think of Zubac about to do to them?
You believe in the Raptors more than Miami?
Oh, I forgot about Miami.
That's how good the East is this year. That's how good the East is.
Real talk, don't know what you're doing. He got to follow.
That's how good the East is.
I'm going Miami. You're right, Mars. I'm going Miami.
That was short-lived.
I forgot.
Wait. Chill. Let's get this on record. Real talk. You got Giannis MVP, but also how many games did the Heat win next year?
If he plays all of them, like 55-ish.
That's realistic.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
55.
If Giannis plays all the games or most of the games.
All right, real talk. Right now, I'm going to set the under over. I did this with Chill and Ron the other day. I'm going to set the over-under with Miami at 52.5. You got over or you got less?
I mean, it's so dependent on Giannis. But
okay, well, you got him winning MVP, so you taking the more. Over. No more.
I'll take the over.
All right, cool. So we got a steak dinner on it. I got less on 52.5. And he doesn't win MVP next year.
I will still bet you on the Raptors being better than the Pacers, though.
In what, like series or record?
In what capacity? Like if they match up, I'm taking the Raptors.
Man, give me Tyrese Halliburton right now.
Toronto's going to be better than Indiana, I think.
Hey, I got to tell you what, I got the Lakers and Minnesota right now.
As you were saying, Ron, I'm sorry.
I'm not betting on that. Sorry.
All right. Dub Ball Out Highlights said, I'm going to keep it a bean. Lauryn Hill is one of the most hyped up, overrated artists out there. She's out here getting Lifetime Achievement Awards with one album. Give me a break.
Also, well, she does more work than just the album, but I hear y'all. That was
that's crazy.
Yeah, first off, she was in a group, but
that was awesome, by the way. Like she wasn't in just in a group.
Yeah.
She was in a group that was fantastic. The Fugees was great, but keep going.
It has one of the best solo albums ever.
Yeah, that album is like one of the best albums ever.
And that's time where women just weren't doing that also. Like women just weren't dominating that field.
Won 8 Grammys, Ron.
Uh-huh.
8. You know the last time that happened? Michael Jackson did that on Thriller. Quiet, Swiper.
She like nobody was singing and rapping at that time, and Lauryn Hill did both. In
that was a great album.
At an elite level.
Yeah, that was
overrated.
That's one of the best standalone seasons of rap.
I'm sorry, W Ball, because this is the nonsense that takes years off my life. So she should have made 3 more albums like that, and then we could talk about her, like her being awesome.
Well, she did step away for quite some time, but like it was.
We talk about 50 Cent to this day. We talk about 50 Cent to this day. What do we talk? We talk about 50 Cent right now. If 50 Cent has
Jay, wait, you're from New York. You're from New York. Who got a better debut album than 50?
No, nobody. No, 50 has one of the greatest albums of all time.
No, one of.
Yeah.
No, who has a better New York? What's a better debut album than 50?
Was it better than
Nas or Jay-Z?
It's better than Jay-Z's
Reasonable
debut album.
Thank you.
It's better than Reasonable Doubt.
You're out of your mind.
Thank you.
I don't think it was
Thank
You
you.
listen to Reasonable Doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah, you what?
Of course I did. But listen, 50 Cent has one of these
Name me
greatest-
4 tracks on Reasonable Doubt.
50 Hold on.
Name me 4 tracks on Reasonable Doubt.
No, wait, hold on.
You name them.
We got.
You're making the argument.
We got girls.
Hush.
Nope.
No. Hey, no, it's over. It's over. I don't want to hear it. It's over. Hey, but shout out to the Blueprint though.
Ron couldn't name 4 songs on that album right now.
Sure.
He got too many damn songs, man.
You know what? Don't Ron do it.
It worked.
Pick your nose. Do it.
And what does that have to do with? But what's that? Have to do with
Can we move on?
50's debut album took over the world. Like you weren't talking about anything else.
See, that's what you
It took over everything. It took over everything.
Nah, that's what you leave that on the floor. Leave it on the floor.
And he had the craziest intro ever. He just dropped a fucking quarter, bro. And when you heard that shit, first of all, when 50's album came out, you couldn't skip songs, right? When I was listening, you couldn't.
Yep.
Skip songs.
Talk about it.
You had to listen to it in the order that he put it in. So you heard the fucking quarter flip, and then you heard the.
How old are you, Jay?
Well, I'm 26, but I remember that.
It's 50. Earl Talk. It's 50. You know what I mean, it's 50.
That should change the world, bro.
It's 50. And then he had Bulletproof. The video game was cold. Get Rich or Die Trying. The movie was cold. He had Vitamin Water.
50's been moving.
Why are we talking about that
very,
stuff?
Because he bigger. Jay-Z didn't get that motion. Jay-Z didn't get that motion. Jay-Z didn't get that motion off his debut album. If he got a video game.
You're out of your mind.
Jay-Z is because he married Beyonce. If 50 married Beyonce,
Exactly. Real talk.
Hey.
Jay-Z's
Let's
biggest
go.
accomplishment
Come
is
on.
marrying
Come
Beyonce.
on, let's go.
Jay-Z's biggest accomplishment is marrying Beyonce.
Let's go.
He's not even the biggest
All
artist in
right.
his family. He's not even the biggest artist in his family.
that's a fact. Why are y'all arguing with that?
I didn't know that I was being flipped into 50.
Hey, real talk. Hey, 2003.
I didn't know that was happening.
Real talk. 2003. I was listening to this more than Jay-Z. Come here, say little
Exactly.
chicks.
Wait, Ron, you disagree that he's not even the biggest artist in his family?
10 #1 albums in a row. Who better than me? Only the Beatles.
No,
nobody ahead of me. I crushed Elvis in his blue suede shoes. Made the Rolling Stones seem sweet as Kool-Aid too.
You need to stop. He's not bigger than Beyonce.
Ron, he's not a bigger than Beyonce.
10 #1 albums in a row. Who better than me?
Hold on.
You need to stop.
Only the Beatles. Nobody ahead of me.
Real talk. Watch this. Hey, watch this. I want y'all to know how I psyop, as Jordan be saying, psyop and Ron. Who got a better peak? Drake or Jay-Z?
All I know is
Drake's peak is so much dick riding.
Say real talk. Is
Dick riding.
So much dick riding.
Drake
Drake is so much dick riding. Oh my God, Drake can do anything, and you guys are right. Anything. I'm not saying Drake's whack. I'm not saying he's weak. All I'm saying is similar to that guy that just went off the camera, just like his MVP. He can say anything, and you guys will go crazy.
I thought he lost 24 easily to K-Dot. I'm not even on that side. I'm not a Drake fan.
Drake can come on. He can make a hook and say, purified water, drinking water, purified water. Drinking water, purified water, ice cold water, drip, and you guys will go insane.
Wait. Matter of fact, middle school girls all over the world. Who sang that?
Come on.
Yeah, some of Jay-Z's biggest hits aren't his lyrical, spiritual figure. Like them make some of his biggest songs. He got some.
What does that have to do with anything? Wait,
Ron, are you telling me rap Jay-Z
are the ones that relate to most people?
Wait, so and by the way, Ron, so you're saying Drake like best I ever had mixtape super like Houston Atlanta Vegas.
I wasn't even
You better
stop. What? Stop what? What do you want me to stop?
You're saying views. You're saying views is a bunch of yarble garble?
No, I never said that. Drake is filthy as hell. Drake is tough, beyond tough. I said what I said. I said you guys hype up everything Drake does.
So
great.
As a rapper, JD out raps Drake.
Of course,
but as an artist, like Drake is transcendent.
Okay, but Kanye's a better to me. Kanye is the best like artist. Period in rap to me. Period. Like period.
He is. It is.
So like he's my GOAT. Kanye is my GOAT rapper. And I think he has the best collection of songs, lyrics, and music. Like nobody else to me touches peak Kanye. But I think we can make an argument.
Nobody in rap can beat Kanye in the verses. Nobody. That includes Drake,
Future. I mean, for verses though, for verses.
I'm telling you, I used to, and for the real ones, no, we used to do verses on playback on my channel and shit.
Yeah, we did them too.
And I used to think it was like, oh yeah, Drake got everybody in the verses. Nigga,
it's crazy.
Then you start going down Kanye's catalog.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like Kanye has banger. Bro, I'm telling you, it's Kanye.
But do this for me, real talk. Real talk. Do this for me. We can actually do this on stream. Future has a lot longer catalog than people realize though.
He does.
Over the last 12 to 14 years. I think people don't know how much Future has done because they forget. I've listened to Future in the last decade more than I've listened to anybody else.
It's easy
in
to
the
forget.
South. That's why he dominates the South. Future's like he's like he can't be touching the South.
What were you saying, Ron? It's easy what?
It's easy to get to these super chats. Dre knows ball sent through $9.99 and said a championship means more for a fan base and the franchise than the individual. Brunson, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, Dirk. Dirk won the MVP in 2007 and choked. Winning for your franchise means everything.
I agree with majority of that statement. I think the last part is a little much, but I agree with majority of that.
All right, Jerome 1587 said to the panel, do you guys think Ant-Man's window for any awards is closed due to all the talent in the league?
Damn,
heck yeah.
What the hell?
Absolutely.
It's closed.
It's closed. Respect the Ant though.
Hell
Luka gonna win one eventually. Wemby gonna win one eventually. K's coming.
This year.
Like I think K can win an MVP too.
The best version of him yet.
Well, but who do you think better through the rest of the 2020s, Shill? Kate or Ant? Because I've had the conversation before.
I'm already on record. I think Ant's going to be the best guard in the league.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
I'm saying, but with Cade's development too and the defensive upside,
I am standing on this. I think I think Anthony Edwards is going to be the best guard in the league. I stand on
agree.
that.
If
real talk, think he's better than SGA.
All together, he's going to be the best. It's like some seasons with Ant right now. You have like scoring is where it needs to be. Defensive motor, not. Defensive motor is where it needs to be. The offensive process isn't. Like to me, Ant's peak probably just started in 26. In my opinion, I think we're
2024.
I don't. To be honest with you, real talk, I ain't even seen. I don't think we've seen peak Anthony Edwards yet.
I agree.
I don't think we've seen him.
Maybe so. Maybe it does start.
I think we're in prime Anthony Edwards, but I don't think
we definitely haven't seen peak Ant yet.
I don't think we've seen peak Ant yet. Nope.
Telling y'all, he about to get a lock with Melo. It's about to be.
But all right, y'all. LFC sent through $4.99 and said Biggie has the best debut album. I really won't fight this either.
That was a good one.
I really won't fight this.
Hey, he wrote Juicy in 2 minutes.
Y'all do know that Ready to Die came out the same year Illmatic came out, right? Just want to put that on your mind.
Who was more popular, Chill, at that time when they first started?
Nas.
I mean, I wasn't there, so I mean, I wouldn't obviously know.
Even then, though, like Ready to Die was filthy. Life After Death. That's really the one.
And he smoked Nas on Kicking the Door. Just FYI. He smacked Nas on that shit. So that put that to bed for me right there.
I mean, but you know, Nas was running around wearing Hawaiian shirts. I mean, well,
Shout out to Wine Shirts and Lil Jace.
That's a Wine Shirts was fly video. I thought they was cool.
Nims gassed up. Said, real talk. You don't like Section 80? One of K Dot's best songs, in my opinion, is in that. Rigor Mortis. Have a good day, fellas.
No, I mean, Section 80 was good. No, I was saying, was it better than Good Kid, Mad City, or do you think?
Oh no.
Or would you say that's his debut album? That's what I was saying. I didn't say I didn't like.
Well, Section 80 his debut album. That's when he got on. I don't know if you want to put his first signed album.
A lot of people like consider Good Kid, Mad City his debut album.
Niggas be cheating. That's why they cheating for their favorite artist, bro. That's crazy. But Section 80 was a solid debut. Like I remember,
it was awesome.
Shout out to Kobe Too Shifty for becoming a YouTube member. Salute to you. Darth Big Man said, I'm not gonna lie. Low key, 50 Cent is the Carmelo Anthony of rap.
That's a horrible comparison.
That is awful.
Yeah, not at all.
That is all. You should.
I feel disrespected both ways in some different ways.
There's no year that Carmelo Anthony dominated the whole year. None.
You tripping?
In 2003, I just want to just whoever sent that super chat, because if that's rage bait, you got me on it.
He was better than he was better than LeBron through 04. I'm trying to hear this.
There was no time on the radio that you did not hear 50. He was everywhere. Everywhere. There's no time throughout Carmelo Anthony's career.
Melo was a superstar the moment he walked in the league, y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about in the chat.
Even if that's true, he never had a year like 50 did. Never.
The power of get
NBA Live in 05. What you talking about?
Get Rich or Die Trying was so powerful that 50 was losing rap, like actively losing to Jadakiss and them, and niggas did not give a fuck. Nobody cared. Nobody cared that he get his ass beat. Jadakiss said you can't.
So it's
rap.
Okay. It's 50 to
and niggas like
50 is Derrick Rose.
No. 50 is KG.
Yeah, he's something like that. Yeah, for sure. Because the Massacre was
KG.
cool.
Look. You have the 1 year, like Chill
the
said.
Massacre was
then low key when he got with when it was a little group, right? KG got
G-Unit.
with Ball and Ray. G-Unit. Come on now. Hey, he the KG. It's KG.
Yeah, Massacre was a good album. The first one was the best. Massacre was good, sold really well. By the time you get to what's the third one called, Jay?
Well, he got where they draw. We got this drawing on button.
Yeah, it was over.
It
was over.
All right, I got $5 from Sack Chasing. Yo, Sack Chasing says, shout out to PC. Ox, did you see the story Tyrese Halliburton told about how the Kings did him dirty? Any of you guys see this?
I did not see it. No, I did not.
Nah. We're going to have to check that out. Reactionary sent through $4.99 and said, there was a case in America of influencers taking money from Russia to spread propaganda, and the videos got like 1K views whilst being paid millions.
Yep. That's true, bro. I mean, this crazy. Influencers do everything, man. Really changing the world. Why do you think all these people, never mind. Shout out Twitch, kick streamers.
Edu sent through
how many super chats we have. Yeah, let's go.
Edu sent through been trying to say that for the last 45 minutes. Edu sent through $5.99 and said, I need someone to explain to me how the Sixers are supposed to guard the Knicks and Pacers. The rebounding is still ass too, unless you believe in Bona.
Like this.
I think people are just expecting too much from the 76ers at this stage of Joel Embiid and LeBron. But whatever, hey, fuck it,
They about to get fried.
Shout out to Simply Ghosty for joining up and becoming a YouTube member. Salute to you, my man. Culture Bandit sent through $4.99 and said, West Side Boogie is greater than the game. The game is almost 50, still rapping about set repping. We done with Unk.
Okay. Who said anything about today? We're talking about in 2002, 2003, like around that time when Game dropped, when he brought the West back.
Facts. Shout out to Game. He had to run.
Yakman 8681 said, let's go, Ron. Baldy just talking. Yeah, man, what's new? Medved Ted said Dennis Wong clip. Wong.
No. That would be Macho Man. Stay focused.
Medved Ted said Dennis Wong, Clippers minority owner, investing $1.99 million in aspiration days before they paid out Kawhi his $1.75 million overdue payment. Nothing to see.
Like I said, real talk. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about it.
Chill.
Chill this nonsense. Chill, you know what happened.
In the Clippers.
Chill, you like an ostrich. You think you can bury your head in the sand.
I don't want to know about
it. It's business. You know what's going on.
I don't want to know about it. Talk to them.
We'll just see if they get away with it or not. But they did it for sure. I mean, they
ain't getting away with nothing.
They did it.
Ox gonna be sitting here just with Kawhi in that little pinstripe suit.
Thunder Up 404 sent through $4.99 and said, "You are starting a franchise from scratch. Which NBA player are you taking? All are in their primes and there's no injuries. James Harden, T-Mac, or Allen Iverson?"
T-Mac. Stop blinking.
It's either James or T-Mac.
Yeah,
as much as I love me some T-Mac, T-Mac did fall apart a lot. Maybe probably James Harden.
I got James. WT Mac though is close.
James Harden, buddy, you don't even got to worry about it, big dog. You don't even got to worry about it. OJ Chile said it. Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101, GOAT debut album.
What group was he on before that, Ron? Well, the little group they
Boys in the Hood, wasn't it?
Boys in the Hood. Yeah, that was a great debut album. I love me some Jeezy to this day.
That was
Jeezy.
Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. That's that shit.
They call me Residue. I leave blow on these beats.
Hey, ran through the hood. We ran through the dorm in 2008. Real talk. We were all football players. Ran through the dorms. Spring my president in black, my Lambo blue when the Barack Obama won.
Damn. 2008, you was in a dorm?
Yep, freshman year.
I was in third grade.
Shout out to dorm life, yo.
Facts.
Shout out to dorm life.
Boy.
You too, real talk?
Cafeteria food, dorm life.
Not in 08, but I was like, damn, real talk.
Shout out to dorm
life.
life.
I'm agreeing with shout out to dorm life. That's a fact.
All right, shout out to Slaba Magus. Slaba Magus Jr. became a YouTube member. Salute to you. Also, shout out to Twan C. Twan C also became a YouTube member. Salute to both of y'all. If you aren't a YouTube member, join up as a YouTube member and redeem all the perks that come along with being a YouTube member on the Player's Choice channel. With my crew sent through 100 and said,
1C. You are nuts. I swear.
Shout out to Twan C.
2-1 on 2-1C. Oh my God.
With my crew said, also real talk, your new podcast was great. Please get Drench on it. Ox and Ron, maybe too. I'm also trying to see Mars or Dame on the ZA for an episode if they ready.
Salute to everybody that tapped in. We did have a great pilot episode of The Red Eye. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Damo and Riv. Yeah, salute. I would like to get them on the, Ron, crazy ass Ox, you know what I'm saying? Them be some good pickups too. Drench, all them. Sure.
All right, salute to Damian Thurman for joining up as a YouTube member. The next super chat I got is from Darth Big Man. Darth said, a championship feels like a birthday celebration. A MVP feels like an anniversary.
How would it feel like an anniversary if the same person ain't winning every year? Either. That's not how that works.
I think he's saying an anniversary feels like a bigger deal than a birthday.
Unless you hate your wife.
Chill, you wouldn't remember that because you don't remember anniversary. You don't remember our anniversary when we first met. So
that's not true. I don't really take a lot of. Actually, I do. I remember it was in March of 2023 when you and I met.
No, actually, you lied again. Yeah. It was February 2024. Look at that real talk.
It was February? I thought it was March.
February 2024. Yep.
Yo, I got to bounce y'all. I'll holla at y'all.
Later, Jay.
All right, Jay. OG Team sent through $5 and said, what is the Knicks record, standing, and Brunson stats has to be in order to win MVP?
Oh, wow.
I think they got to win 60 games. They got to be at the top of the Eastern Conference, and Jalen Brunson's got to be anywhere between 28 and 31 a game in order for him to win the league MVP.
They got to run away with the East.
Yes.
He's not an MVP level player, so it's just that simple. He's not going to win.
Don't say that too loud, real talk.
If they won the East, he'd have some action if they won the East. Really,
just won the East. He had no action for real.
Really, they really would have to get the best record in the league. That would be his only.
Tatum been running the East as far record wise for a minute. He's had no real action at MVP.
All right, Ulysses Ventura sent through $4.99 and said Jokic is to the NBA what Eminem is to rap. Hella haters, but can't deny the talent.
No, he is
yeah, that's. No. I think it's some true. Eminem was crazy, dog. Crazy. Stan was crazy, but when that man put that Kim album out, whatever that was, Marshall Mathers, that man was nuts. He was actually crazy, like legitimately crazy.
I see some parallels there, but the parallels are also in the, them being overrated to an extent as well.
The only reason why
clapping and twerking once again, real talk.
I'll say it for the people in the cheap seats, Ron. The only reason why Eminem ain't in your top 5 because he don't look like you. That's why.
I think that's a good enough reason. Respectfully,
I remember another white man tried Eminem one time, and Eminem put his career to end. Shout out to MGK.
They also don't talk about all the horrible bars Eminem has as well. Horrible, but it is what it is.
Once more into the fray sent through $5 and said random, but 158K subs for the panel is crazy. The algorithm is a casual.
Basically saying that 158 should be 1.58 million. That's what it should be.
I agree.
That's what it should be.
I really do agree. He's cooking with that. Drink more water sent through $4.99 and said PC rapper lookalikes 90s edition. Chill is Warren G.
Love that.
Ox is KRS-One. Swiper is Fat Joe.
A little light.
Ron is Mos Def. Mars is Kid from Kid and Play. And Real Talk is Ice Cube.
I don't like that one. I don't think those work actually.
For the record, Real Talk, Ice Cube is my favorite West Coast rapper still to this day of all time.
Salute.
Love me some Ice Cube. Had all his music.
I take no Kobe slander sent through $4.99 and said, not gonna lie, Meek Mill in the early 2010s peak was good too. All his mixtapes.
Yep.
Shout out Dream Chasers, man.
Shout out Big Meek.
Rick Ross little group. What was the name of their group?
Ricky Rose.
MMG.
They had a little moment. Where everybody was kind of Meek was popping, Rick was popping, Wale was popping.
Yeah.
They had a little moment.
Yeah, they did.
Somebody said you're Bismack Marquis, Real Talk.
I saw it. You read it out loud though for a reason. So what you trying to say?
I feel like that fits. Ron is Mos Def. You know what I mean? I think that fits.
Medved Ted sent through $5 and said the College Dropout greatest debut rap album.
Could be. Shout out Kanye. But was Through the Wire his first song that he really debuted? Like big song?
2002. I remember that.
Yeah.
You're right, Max. Meek was more than like just popping at the time. He low key could have been. He was on his way to being one of them for real. Till Drake kind of derailed all this shit.
He bounced back after Drake though.
What happened with Drake?
Back to back. That was
yeah, but when he bounced back. He dropped the album that bounced him back with Drake on it, with the Going Bad.
But that's why it still wasn't, because it's like, oh, your biggest record on there, damn near was also the. We might just get hit with Dorico with Drake. It was. I don't know, man.
All right, 003 Prolific sent through $4.99 and said Durant's 17-18 chips matter more than Nash's 05 and 06 MVPs.
People just don't like Steve Nash. That's just kind of what this is.
I disagree.
It's Plugs said Luka got more hate losing in 24 than Tatum and Brown got praise. Look at 22 Curry, 16 Bron, 98 MJ, 06 Wade. Those changed their legacies way better.
Fair enough.
I still stand on it. I would rather have a finals MVP and a crazy playoff run over an MVP. Mero YT sent through $4.99 and said, if the finals go 6 games and you win MVP, it's still 6 basketball games. You was the best between 2 teams. How is that better than a season MVP?
Because I think they look at it because the season, I mean, that time, I mean, there's more at stake than it is in the regular season. That's why I don't agree with that, but that's what it is.
Once again, to clarify, I never just said the finals. And I actually just said it before I read the super chat. I said a full playoff run.
Real talk. When
you beat 4 teams, 4 playoff series.
When I was in the media room, I was playing Dreams and Nightmare on my iPod when Jokic was on the podium, and my music went off without the iPod. And so Dreams and Nightmare was playing while Jokic was talking. And so it stopped the press conference. Jokic started bobbing his head. So he like him a little Meek Mill. I mean, got a little play in the Denver Nuggets locker room, man. Shout out to Meek.
You still have an iPod?
Or my iPhone. Sorry.
You just old. That's fine.
I still got an iPod from 2002. It's a collector's item.
I would figure you did.
Yes, I would figure.
Yellow Boy 2015 said, Ox, this sounds like Ballmer is Diddy and Kawhi is Shine. We know who went down for that.
No, it's not the same thing.
Watch what you say about Kawhi Leonard.
Oh wow,
I don't play like that.
We got dressed.
No. You going to court to defend Kawhi?
He is.
That's what you look like, a public defense.
Johnny Oxen?
Johnny Oxen, absolutely. I don't play. If you need some representation in your defense team, and your defense team ain't taking care of business, man, you know who to holler at. I got you. Because I understand that you got to connect the dots.
OJ sure did walk out that courtroom a free man. Holy shit.
Well, chill, because he ain't do it.
Like
OJ walked out the courtroom a free man. Holy shit.
See, that's the beauty of the American justice system.
Oh,
which I believe
yeah.
I believe in the American justice system.
Oh my God.
Hold on, Swiper, real talk. Hold on. Mm-hmm. When the American justice system operates as it's designed to operate, free of corruption.
How it is designed to operate.
When it operates the way it is designed to operate, it is the most perfect
jury of your peers.
ever.
But we can move the county to change the jury of your peers.
And you can also if you have the proper defense team, you can move in your favor as well.
And how do you get the proper defensemen in this country? Shitching.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Macho Man sent through $4.99 and said Ron was saying Mikal was elite.
Ron just forgets what he says, y'all. We can't even we can't be mad at him for doing that anymore. You host every day, so you don't realize how much you talk.
I acknowledge that the Knicks have a good team. Then and now,
no.
Jalen Brunson was still the best player on the team.
You said Jalen Brunson carried and then backpacked and then retracted your statement again for mission number 3. So he led. That's what happened.
You did do.
I said what I said and I meant what I meant. Y'all might not think he carried. Cool, he led then. I still think he carried.
Speaking of carrying, I gotta carry my ass. Yo, I'll get with y'all dudes later.
Yeah,
no
I'm about
doubt.
to work
All
out.
right, yeah.
96 degrees out here.
I got a super chat from Brunson Betta. Said no clue what Swiper TB in 76 series. No clue what Swiper's talking about in the 76er series. JB was 30-6 on 51, 45, 91 that series, and the best versus Cleveland. Cat and OG the best versus Atlanta. Finals was team. JB Hall of Fame closer though.
Yeah, I mean, Cat was elite in that series as well. So I mean, they all were playing very well, which goes against Ron's point of carrying. But shouts.
I do think that Jalen Brunson did show a level of carryability in the finals. I do think that you can have some rocky games, some shaky games, close out in the fourth quarter, along with OG Anunoby doing what he did, and still show a level of carryability. I believe that Jalen Brunson did do that, yo. Like as much as I think that OG should have had more consideration for Finals MVP, I believe Jalen did do some carrying. I don't think that's absolutely wrong with saying that.
I think sometimes when a player, when it's a player that we deem that level of player to match that type of performance, like when we already have that preconceived notion of them, will then ignore, some of the downfalls and praise the highs that Jalen Brunson had. But if you don't think that Jalen Brunson is that level of player, then you'll sit there and nitpick that, yeah, okay, he was bad in that. But like the highs that Jalen Brunson hit in that series were absolutely ridiculous. That second half comeback was historic play, and that closeout game was ridiculous. So,
and once again, I keep harping on the whole playoffs. Don't forget about what he did to James Harden and them. Don't forget about that comeback. Medved Ted. All right, then, Swiper.
All right, swipe.
Medved Ted said Brunson also had a coach who knew how to hide his weaknesses, unlike the Nepo baby in Denver. Adelman, who allowed Murray to be constantly blitzed. Shout out the Nepo babies.
Salute to him.
Medved Ted followed up with $5 and said Kawhi did nothing wrong. His uncle Dennis and Ballmer were in cahoots.
Nobody.
That's what happened.
Anything. I think we just got some guys that got bored and started to nitpick about some shit that wasn't real.
I'm like, real or not, who cares? But
I mean, rules are in place for a reason. So, like,
right.
They're circumventing the.
Hey, oh my God, he cut the line. Oh my God.
It's not just. That's not as.
He cut the line.
That's not as little as. That's not as little as cutting the line.
Cutting the line is worse. I think cutting the line is one of the most disrespectful things you could do.
Teacher, he cut me.
That is so disrespectful.
It is disrespectful to cut somebody. Absolutely.
But look though, my thing is this: when investigating, real talk, you don't just find a person and start digging in to try to find what the wrong is. You see the crime, you see the wrong, and you follow the evidence to find the suspect. You don't just grab a suspect and be like, "What crime did you commit?" And that's just not the American way. This is the problem with Pablo and with Pablo Torres and Swiper Baldo. They just want this dude to be guilty.
I think Pablo did go into it. He was inspecting the Clippers overall, saw what that evidence led to, which is, oh my goodness, they're illegally circumventing the cap and paying Kawhi Leonard. And so then that's where his focus,
they just hated to see Kawhi shine in the way he was shining because they wrote Kawhi off 3 years ago. They thought the brother was done. They was trying to hold my man down. They seen him shine and they said, "Hold on, this ain't it. We can't have this. Let's shut this down." But you can't keep a real one down. No, sir.
Hey,
Achu,
before you go, you got any yellow or green super chat or yellow, green, orange super chats over there?
From before 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. All right, here I'll pop them, pull them up real quick here.
Alexis Chamorro said, when Chill says Stockton did his job, he's basically calling him a role player, not a superstar. How can a role player be a top 5 player?
I mean, I don't think that's what he means by that. But.
I mean, when you're clearing away the best assister and stealer, that kind of gives you.
Everybody has a role. Your role can be a superstar.
Yeah. Tupac Westside sent through $10. Shout out Tupac Westside and said, "Morning, fellas. This is tough for me. I think people remember the MVPs a bit more than who won rings. But I think modern fans value rings more than MVPs. I'm probably in the middle."
Hold up. What? Oh, wait a second. Did you got this one on your end?
Nah.
What is he insinuating?
Big Mac said, "Chill. You need to request a new host when you were negotiating a new contract." It's got to be you, Ox, because I know he ain't talking about me.
Wow. All right. Fuck y'all.
You got anything else?
No, not before 8:15. I don't.
All right. Cool.
All right, y'all.
All right. Nims gassed up, sent through $4.99 and said, "Not rap, but Luther Vandross got the best debut song ever. Burst on the scene with never too much is crazy. Dub show today.
That is. Shout out to Luther.
Luther, the best artist that's just never talked about.
He's never talked about.
Like when people say who's the best artist and all of that, Luther's name never comes up. Ever. And he's in that conversation.
He's in the convo.
So, Luther, my favorite artist of all time. So, you know.
Well, there you go.
It's a little biased, but you know. But I mean, music is subjective though. So
it is.
Shout out Luther though. He the one. Darth Big Man said, "Can we get an episode where we do all decades but rappers?" We could do that on a members only stream. We could do that for a month on members only stream. Go through decades. I ain't mad at that. 4 episodes. Go through it might have to be 5 or 6. But yeah, we could do that. I got a members chat from D9 the One. Said Ron getting flamed. Soulful sauteed.
Flambéed, soufflé, sauteed, broiled. Saying you're just getting cooked in many different fashions.
Another one of those things where you guys are just gonna, hey, Mars is Drake. I'm telling you, anything he says, y'all gonna go with it, which is cool. Simply Ghosty said, much love to PC family, much love to the PC family. Sneaky chat MVP next year. I don't know, Simply, you got some work to put in, brother. If you want to get that, you got to put in some work. Adam West the Bandit said, niggas need to put respect on the Memphis legends. Shout out to Low Key, Tommy Wright III, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, LaChat, 3-6 Mafia, and Project Pat.
The South doesn't get the credit that it deserves when it comes to the rap music.
Yo, I think the South gets a lot of respect, but you got to understand it's a lot of rappers. Like, bro, I've never heard of Tony Wright. I've never heard of Kingpin, Skinny Pimp. That's not in my region, and you know it might not even been on my timeline. So it's. I'm
saying like the whole culture around rap though, like not just artists. It's like the sound, all of that jewelry,
bro. And I think the South gets a lot of love. I mean, at least for me,
to culture, to clothes, the South really pushed rap. I'm telling you.
I mean, the whole 2000s was the South. The whole 2000s. With my crew said 3 months. I wish Dame and Penn were here so Mars could explain to them why rings genuinely do not matter at all in all-time discussions. Also, Nikhil Alexander Walker versus Keontae George. First off, rings do matter. Yes, thank you. Like, I don't know why you guys try to act. But once again, that nigga is Drake. He can say anything. And y'all gonna jump and ride and jump and ride. Real talk. The gist of what I was saying was that crazy to wrap your mind around? Me saying that I value a championship run over a regular season run?
No, I got what you were saying. It was kind of like the equivalent of when we have, and Mars kind of knows this idea too. That's why I called him out for being like kind of disingenuous. It's like when somebody says Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player ever, and then somebody comes back with, well, rebounding is, and it's like, yeah, but you know, like the gist of what somebody is saying when they say Kyrie's the most skilled player ever, and to bring up names like, well, Iman Shumpert, and it's like nobody's talking about Iman.
We couldn't have a good discussion because Iman Shumpert and Dennis Johnson.
Yeah, it's like people
know. Come on. Yeah. Cozy Newton sent through a members chat and said championships mean more for role players, obviously. MVPs for stars might mean more. MVP might mean more to that star. I was merely just expressing what means more to me, or if I was hooping if I got an MVP and then I got a finals MVP based on a crazy run, what would mean more to me? But I mean, once again, everybody has their own preferences. You value MVPs more, so be it. For the Neighborhood sent through a members chat and said, let KD say anything or let KD anything come up. You know PC gonna milk it. Shout out KD. Keep giving us more content.
I mean, he's one of the bigger names in basketball. We're a basketball show. So like, you know.
Mad Max Sports sent through a members chat and said, number 1 T.I., number 2 Wayne, number 3 Future, number 4 Young Thug, number 5 Jay. The South been running since the Source Awards. The PC.
Number 1 T.I. is a stretch, but salute to him.
I got T.I.
T.I. really did have a run, and T.I. is another one. A lot of people sleep on T.I. discography.
This T.I. has work, boy. From trap music to King was goated.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't even know about the Nick. Shout out to Nick. The Nick was fire. Trouble Man, Heavy as the Head. I know I'm forgetting like 3 different albums in there, but T.I. got bangers, hits, all of that.
Got bangers, yes.
Stars Cream said, keep up the good work. Appreciate you, Stars. Greg the GOAT said, chill. Big Daddy Kane or Rakeem? We're going to have to ask him on a different stream. But shout out to Big Daddy Kane and shout out to Rakeem.
I'm pretty sure he would go with Rakim, but were you saying Rakeem?
No. It's just my,
whatever.
you know.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah. Shout out Rakeem, though.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good artist, too. K-Dot sent through the final members chat and said, episode the Knicks are on the greatest playoff run ever. Rod had Wemby and Cat outplaying Brunson. Just saying. Did they outplay him?
I mean, up to a point, sure. Like, I don't even think that's hypocritical. They were outplaying him. Brunson then had the games he had, and then it switched the opinion. I don't understand what's
it is what it is. At one point I didn't,
but that does dispute your carrying point, though. I mean, you can't be carrying if you two thought other players on his team should be the
until he carried, then
yeah, but that means they would have carried him up until that point.
Well, no, not carried. They could have just outplayed him, but until he carried
until that point,
until he carried in the game where he needed to carry, and but once again, the carry. I think the carry word got taken out of context, or it got harped on when that wasn't my overall point. I was more so saying the full run, being the best player wire to wire, winning a finals MVP, being the best player on a finals team, that to me is more valuable than a regular season MVP.
Understood.
But shout out to both, though. Shout out to all the good players in the NBA that win MVPs and win finals MVPs. All right, y'all. It's been a good ass episode, 3 hours and 30 minutes. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. You guys will see the topic of the show tomorrow when it's posted. We out.
Peace.